Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we kick off another week in wrestling with a little bit of WWE RAW celebrating 10 years of the New Day. It's going to be a good one here tonight. We're going to dive into all of it. We're heading towards Deadline and so much more. Lots going on, commercial-free, Punk kicking it off. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Ready for WWE RAW tonight. Jumping into this one on the heels of Survivor Series. CM Punk kicking off the show. First 30 minutes, I believe, is commercial free, if not the first hour. But the first while, we're going to have no commercials. But me and that pretty face going to run you through the next couple hours of fun stuff. And we got lots to talk about. What will happen with the New Day celebration? What will happen coming out of Survivor Series? As many feel that the WWE is heading into the craziest time, the most historic time in their history over the next few weeks. From now till Mania, it's going to be a sprint. Lots happening for the WWE, and we're going to be here for all of it. We appreciate it, but I will take a second to remind everybody out there, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Oh, Wrestling for Life universe, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your tag stream champions and feel the power. Sorry, I had to get that out of the way 100% because we've got the New Day 10-year anniversary. We kind of all feel, or it's at least been leading up to their might split. I've heard the outside rumor that Big E might retire tonight, especially with the Players Tribune piece coming out and everything as well. So I would say 100% get those tissue boxes ready, because even if they swerve us and they stay together and Big E's back and everything, we'll be crying tears of joy.
Well, if he's wearing pastel colors, I ain't believing shit till it happens. So, folks, we got a lot to talk about tonight, lots to get into. Again, coming off the heels of Survivor Series, a great pay-per-view of PLE for a lot of people out there. There are some critics of certain things that happened. It's very interesting. I'd love to talk about some of it. We will tonight as we go through the show. But lots going on overall. I mean, the New Day celebration. Liv Morgan and Raquel going to take on Damage Control, I do believe. The IC title, the women's IC title tournament kicks off as Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler, and Katana Chance will be in action tonight in a triple header. And we are back, of course, NXT tomorrow. Go home show for Deadline, the Iron Survivors. We will find out the last remaining spots and who will take them.
Right. But so which did you want to talk about first, my guy? Did you want to talk about some people? Like, we enjoyed Survivor Series. I feel like a lot of people enjoyed Survivor Series. There were some people that had some issues with it. We could talk about the fallout of, surprisingly, Jimmy didn't kind of cope with himself. He only got his big toe, but Bronson Reed very much coped with himself a little bit. Or do we want to talk about the New Day?
We can talk about all the above, but I mean, unfortunate for Reed. I mean, that's a big spot, big tsunami. Again, WWE, they did it with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk coming out of Hell in the Cell. I think they're going to do very similar here. There will be downtime for people no matter what level of injury they actually had. Triple H said he was pretty happy that most people were relatively unscathed by the events of the War Games. But again, if Bronson did in fact, end up in a brace, our shout out to him. Hope he's doing well. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, for me, it was a great kind of end to the show. The theatrics, the cinematic feel to all of it. The big moment, you got Paul emotional and Punk and Roman, seemingly okay with each other going off the air. It'll be very interesting tonight to see if anything plays out from that. A lot of debate about the women's War Games as well, Nick, as far as You know, did they do the right thing here? Did they make their champions look weak?
I think everything had great solid points throughout the match. Of obviously, probably the women's war games was the weakest match. We kind of almost knew that going in, and it wasn't super great to start, but I think they really saved themselves on the back end.
Yeah.
And even all the matches that we had that were predictable to an extent, of like Gunther, the triple threat for the IC, still had really great moments. I think what I overall loved about the pay-per-view is that we all thought we were going to have these big moments and we needed them and everything. And they still gave us a great show without it. And we had all those little mini moments and everything. Like, how many times during the men's war games was it just the way Punk and Roman were looking at each other was a moment? Like, they clipped up part of that main event and everything like that, and 9-10 million people at time of whatever the last time I saw it had all viewed that and everything. Like, people saying that now more people want Punk Roman than they want Roman Rock.
That's crazy, right? I mean, it's funny how the fan base changes and alters. And again, so memeable. We've seen dozens of them go out. I think you dropped a bunch today.
100%. There's
we said it when it happened.
That keeps on giving. Sorry.
Yeah, we said it when it happened. Like, that was very much going to be the case. That you know, there are all these moments that are clippable, and all these moments that are, you know, just garnering clicks left, right, and center. And in a day and age where clicks matter, impressions matter, they're murdering. They're absolutely delivering. And I mean, for my money, the 5 matches we got were all quality. Yes, like I said the night of the women's war games, like, people talked about the game starting slow, but war games generally start slow and builds to a crescendo. You don't have to go full steam ahead. Where there's some botchy spots, yeah. I don't know how to politely say it, but sometimes the ladies don't swing, you know, a bat or a kendo stick or a chair with the, you know, in the same way their counterparts might. It doesn't have the same fluidity.
Well, maybe. You had to say one thing real quick. Of even Matthew with Botchamania famously, it even picked up a very much I saw it going around of you talk too much, and you could hear them calling spots and everything, even of like, no, grab the jacket, grab this, do that. Like, the beginning match was clunky and everything, but I really think they saved themselves on the back end.
Right? Like, I think it got well. I thought, again, like I kind of said, the build wasn't my favorite, but the ending was good. The debate about whether or not Rhea Ripley getting the pin made sense, I mean, I called that, so it kind of worked out the way I assumed it was going to work out. Right. I feel like Rhea pinning Liv finally is, you know, that way, you know, that their way of building towards Rhea getting that title shot again. So I didn't really have an issue with it. I didn't feel like Nia looked weak. I thought she looked like a beast. She wasn't involved in the end. Liv, to her credit, had to take a ripcord fucking whatever off the
riptide through the top rope through a table and everything.
Yeah, like she had to eat it hard to pause to go home. But yeah, I mean, I didn't feel that bad about it. The individual singles matches that took place, you know, I mean, it's odd, but I thought Gunther and Damien was good. I thought it was solid. The IC title match was, I mean, Shinsuke beating LA Knight shocked a lot of people.
That's the match that I thought everybody would be having a debate about and everything. That's, to me, what I thought would have been the controversial decision, everything. To me, the women's division always brings out toxic fans. I hate to say it, it's become a fact of life now at this point. Because I talked about this in our fantasy faction group chat and everything. Because I was talking to somebody about it, so where Liv's already had a run, she like a solid run and everything. She won the belt off Becky. She's already beaten Rhea. She's, you know, won by or lost by DQ, which was still basically she won. This has been solid, and they presented Rhea still fine, and it built up Tiffany, it built up Io. We almost had the cash-in moment of I don't think anyone comes out looking weaker out of that. I think they come out looking much, much stronger. But yeah, I thought LA Knight losing to Shinsuke Nakamura would have been the controversial decision.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, again, and I think that ultimately, I think that's what people forget. I mean, Liv Morgan, at least here on this channel, is going to be nominated for Female of the Year. She has a good shot of winning it. She might get my vote for being the #1 female in wrestling this year in 2024. She's been outstanding. She's done a lot of good work, but like everything else, it's got you know, a shelf life, and you can't just keep running it forever. The chase does wear out, and everything that she's done, you need a strong competitor a strong baby face to push her, and it's worked. It's worked for my money all year long.
Well, and I think though there's fans of Liv that are very, like, we've seen it respectfully with 316 in the chat. I hope I actually see him later on tonight in the chat. But that are very much biased towards one side and refuse to look at the bigger picture. And just like I said, it gets that toxicity level that's a little unpalatable at times. To me, everybody looked fine, everybody looked strong. One of the biggest spots and moments that they were talking about from the whole show was the moonsault from Tiffany and the moonsault, or the swanton from Tiffany and the moonsault from Io with the trash bin and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, ultimately they got there. I thought I was highly entertained. For as clunky as the women's match might have been, I wasn't bored. Like I said, the IC title match was good. You know, we didn't expect much, but we did get that US title change. Again, some of the LA Knight faithful aren't happy, but again, that's what's supposed to happen. A heel walked in and took the belt. I think I saw a thing today, and I don't know how accurate it is, but it was like Shinsuke was like 2 wins and 40 losses in 2024, and he came back. So it's crazy that now he's the US champion. So, I mean, good. I was happy with Shinsuke winning it. I think you and I both kind of thought he was going to do it. Because if he lost, then what do? You just brought him back with a new look, new vibe, new feel, and then buried on arrival?
Yeah, and everybody seems to be loving the new look and everything like that. Like, I can't remember. Do you remember why Karrion Kross should, I guess, be getting thanked by fans is why we're getting the new Nakamura or anything like that? But yeah, I think I've seen everybody really love the new look and the new way that they're presenting Shinsuke. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, again, I thought the IC title triple threat match was a banger. That was my favorite match up until the main event. Like, I thought that match killed it. I thought they brought it home. I don't know if a lot of people expected Braun Breaker to lose. I know there's a sentimentality with Sheamus, like, oh, Sheamus just needs it. I mean, I would rather Ludwig steal it, but Braun Breaker holds on to it. Braun Breaker's found a way to get over with the crowd and the fan base, and he has everybody barking with him at this point. I'm good with it.
And we talked about it during that match of, like, he's managed to be able to work babyface when he needs to, and manages to work heel when he needs to. He's found that safe little middle ground and everything. I think the biggest issue with it a bit, to me, honestly, of everybody's overall view of Survivor Series, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the chat can. I love 316 Speak of the Devil. Rhea is the most overbooked, like John Cena. But I think that's a bit of it. Is so many people went in with this envision in their mind of what War Games was supposed to be, and they didn't tell my story. They told their story, and so their story's wrong because it's not my story.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I think Triple H has done extremely well with this. A lot of times, like even us at the end of last night, or Survivor Series, we were kind of sitting like, all right, is something going to happen? Something going to happen? But he shows us, like, if we give you the surprise pop every time you're expecting the surprise pop, it's no longer a surprise pop, right? Like, so, I mean, for my money, I think the WWE this year has really emphasized patience, really emphasized storytelling, really emphasized, you might want Jimmy back now, but you're not getting him for a month. You might want Paul back now, but you're not getting him yet. Where's Punk? Where's Drew? We have more people questioning where people are and anticipating their return so that when they finally do return, Christ, we saw Roman Reigns go from the biggest heel in the business to the biggest babyface in the business by sitting at home. It's unbelievable. And I think that's what we need to learn as wrestling fans is we set up our own expectations. We read online narratives that now, oh, well, you know, we saw it before of, oh, there's no stipulation. Some asshole on a message board said there was going to be a stipulation. There's not one. Again, we can all have our different flavors, our likes and dislikes, but you can't punish the company for not giving you everything you want all at once. I mean, heaven forbid we had to have a little bit of reserve.
You can't punish them for not giving them not giving you what you fantasy booked. And you nailed it on the head 100%, my guy. Did you see too Meltzer, our good old buddy Dave, that was explaining why there was no blood and everything in any of the War Games matches and all of that?
Like he knows. And I did
right,
not.
But anyways, I don't think it needed that. You nailed it perfectly with that's what WWE right now in 2024 has managed to show that a lot of other wrestling promotions need to learn, and we especially as wrestling fans need to learn when it comes to enjoying wrestling, is patience and restraint.
Yeah.
Like I took the words out of my mouth of literally, if I give you the big pop every time and the big surprise and the big return, they feel normal. They don't feel big anymore. Looking at you, TK. But
Right.
that's the thing, is if you hold back and you know, do the hidden hand trick and everything. I talked about it on SmackDown, everything. They took everybody talking about Paul turning and moved it to what's the, the promise that Punk guaranteed with Paul, and what's that going to be? What's the favor?
Yeah. And again, that's the fun of it all. Even like something simple, like the New Day had pretty much been dead in the water getting back to Raw. And I promise, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to say hello to everybody. Nick and I didn't talk yesterday, so we're catching up.
We had one day off, and you feel like we hadn't seen each other in years.
But we will get to that chat in a second. But a perfect example, the New Day was dead in the water, but slowly they've been building this. And if it was up to the fans, the New Day would have turned on each other 2 months ago. And we sat here on lives like, today's the day, and they didn't turn. They didn't turn. Now we're having this big 10-year celebration. Is Big E going to be there? What level of involvement? Is he okay? Is he not okay? Are the stories true? Are the stories not true? Does Kofi turn on it? Like, it's so unreal to kind of have all these aspects that we're debating and looking forward to tonight on something that was dead in the water a fucking year ago.
This is a masterclass in storytelling and everything, because they've managed to give you enough of the story to where you think you know the outcome, but there's not enough that they might change it on you. Because to me, this could be the New Day breaks up. This could be Big E retires. You could get 2 in 1. This could be Big E's back, and he brings everybody together, and we're reunited, and it feels so good. To me, there's so many different avenues. There's been people that have thrown out that Kofi Kingston could truthfully be the biggest, baddest heel in this whole thing, even though I thought at least for sure that it's Xavier Woods. There's some people that have thrown out that it could be Big E. There's enough different avenues that this could go. We feel like we know where it's going to go, but I'm not going to be mad if it doesn't go where I expect it to go. And I think that's the best thing about it.
I completely agree with you, Nick, and I know you can't see me. Maybe you can start roll call. I'm having a bit of an
Fair
issue.
enough. I was about to do that as the voice from the great beyond, the almighty powerful KJ. We're not playing Wicked out here, but we are playing Monday Night Raw. But I got Clay saying, "What's up, KJ and Big Nick? I can't watch Monday Night Raw." Well, at least you can watch us. We'll keep you informed on all the action and reactions. See Money, happy anniversary to the New Day. Okay, now break up already. Maybe we could see that. But it's all going to be emotional still. These guys, they had their own little podcast for a bit and everything. They've constantly very much said that they wanted to pretty much always be together throughout it, that there was never going to be where they turn on each other, all of that. But, I mean, KJ mentioned it before. Them finally turning heel has really brought life back into the whole New Day storyline. The champ is here. What up, Emo? Yes. So Emo won the predictions championship. I'm sure it probably came down to a tiebreaker and everything like that. Because with only 5 matches, you got to get down to like who gets the pinfalls, especially in War Games and everything. But all right, rapid fires. We're about 10 minutes away here, so I apologize in advance if I miss your name. It's no stake towards you or anything like that. It's just rapid fire, and chat's hot and heavy. As we got 80 people kicking it with us right now. Let's see if we get to triple digits before we go live for Monday Night Raw in honor of the New Day. But Odds, what up? Larry, what up? Eric Tate, what up? Christian, what up? Boston. Steven Elimination Chambers, what up, my guy? Trek, I heard Juice. I haven't heard anything with Juice yet. 1, 2, 3 kid. It's time for Wrestling Monday. Let's go. Absolutely, my guy. 316, I got you. New overrated as I don't think they were really over. They really kind of pulled their stuff out of. They were almost dead in the water initially when they were doing the whole little, heel preacher vibe and everything when they first kicked off. Tony, what up? What up? What up? Boston again, Tony again. Let me scroll down a little bit. Christopher, what's up, KJ and Nick? What up, my guy? RM. Eric, what up, Wrestling for Life, buddies? Absolutely. Don't you dare be sour, clap for your tag stream champions. I feel like I got to keep, this has become how I was doing, War Pigs on Survivor Series. I feel like I'm going to keep going back into it just because I want to hear it as much, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to hear it after tonight. E1, what up, what up? Yes, we're acknowledging the Tribal Chief. SmackDown is going to be interesting as hell. Do we get, what fallout do we have now with, Jay's still a Monday Night Raw guy. So what fallouts do we have when it comes to the War Games matches? Christ, CM Punk starting off tonight. I know we've been talking about the New Day, and that's been the big focus of everybody. But CM Punk starting off tonight in the first half hour is commercial free, which I think they kind of had to do, because now with it being, 2 hours instead of 3 hours and everything, you give up a whole hour, and that's, half the show right there of commercial free. So they've divvied it up now. It's a half hour. But Ewan, what up, my guy? MDB fluidity. And yes, I saw your comment before about how many times did I say story in that sentence. I think probably like 5, maybe 5. Cherokee George, disappointed with LA Knight losing. I don't think it was that bad. LA Knight could bump up to the main event scene and everything with this, and he can still get a rematch. He can still, now you've fleshed out that mid-card division a bit more, I feel. And Shinsuke's came back with a purpose. And I think when we all saw that, step back on SmackDown, we knew he was winning. It's kind of like the first time you see Kobe, hit a shot, or you see Steph hit a 3 from half court, the motherfucker winning. Main event girl, what up? Ripley over as a babyface. You don't need a title. Yeah, but again, I don't know, and I'll say this subjectively as best I can, I feel. I don't know if the women's division is exactly right now at the point of, you have feuds in the men's division, say even a Roman Rock, a Roman Punk, a Seth Punk, what have you, that don't exactly need a title. I don't know if you have that right now in the women's division. So I do think that still, especially with the main focus with Ripley's feud being Liv, that title is a crux of it. So it does have to be involved there. I don't know if there's, the closest you could get would be if you can manifest a Becky Charlotte feud somehow and rush it. But yeah, I don't know if there's too many feuds you could build in the women's division right now that wouldn't require a title or something, I feel, established at the top. I will say at the top. Tony got you. Damien, leader of the Hopium tribe. What up, my guy? What up? What up? What up? Rhea, Steven, I got you. I'm scrolling down further. I got Sean Ellis. Aloha, guys. I think the New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods are over. Xavier Woods is joining Karrion Kross's group as a heel. How would we feel about that? If you're going to have Karrion Kross, The Miz, Xavier Woods, the Authors of Pain, why am I blanking on it? Paul Ellering and Scarlett Bordeaux feuding with the Wyatts again. Well, with Howdy and the crew. So Xavier doesn't have a feud with Kofi. He gets brought into a feud with Wyatt again. I don't know about that.
Wait, what? Wow.
So, well, Sean Ellis, welcome back, sir, was saying, aloha, guys. I think that the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are over, and Xavier Woods is joining Karrion Kross's group as a heel, and that's what I was saying. So now you're going to have Kross, Miz, all of that, and they're already in a feud right now with the Wyatt Six.
I think that ship sailed. I think Karrion was part of planting the seeds of their demise, but I don't know that. I think if they split up, this is a chance for Xavier, if nobody else, to have a solo run. Xavier for IC title. Xavier as a heel. You could be wrong. It could be Kofi, but I don't see it. But if it is Kofi, then Xavier. But they'll still have that opportunity. I do not see them going from one group into another. I think this is an opportunity for them to have a solo run for a while.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Real quick, I see Brother Fluff. I see 80 and AZ. I feel like I've missed a couple other people and everything, but I did want to. There was this comment from Patrick Watkins. Of all women, to me, Io Sky is the best actual wrestler. That's something too that when we were talking about the Women's Survivor Series, that I feel like a lot of people forgot is Io Sky's the number one contender. Rhea won the match. Io's gonna win the champion, or could win the championship. She's the next in line. It's like I didn't even hear the question. I just heard everybody say it was a stupid question to Io, to where she had to respond back of saying, "Well, I'm a member of Damage Control," because everybody forgot because she's been acting like a baby face. Yeah. So let's not forget that Io's still truly the number one contender. Rhea won the match, and that's it. She got her lick back.
Yeah, all it was a little revenge on all the shit that she's been put through by Liv Morgan. And for those who say overbooked as far as Rhea goes, they got to remember how Liv has been way more booked than Rhea Ripley. Ripley spent extended time on the shelf for multiple reasons. She's been out with injury. They tied that into a storyline. Liv got the belt. Liv's been booked heavier than any other woman in the division. Nia and Tiffy are making a nice run at it as well on the other side of the docket. But at the end of the day, I mean, we really have the, Io's going to do her best. I think she's going to give her a really good match at Saturday night in main event. But I think ultimately this comes down to Rhea Ripley. It's similar to LA Knight Shinsuke in the sense of, I think LA Knight gets the crowd behind him chasing a bad guy opposed to holding the belt.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I fully agree with you. I'm just going to run through a couple of names that I missed earlier. Ken Rock, what up, what up, what up? Janice, what up? Rashad, what up? Ken, Denisha, Jacob Fatu, I love you, Solo.
Hello.
I love you, Solo. Right, we got Safet, which I believe his birthday was actually recently, if I remember seeing correctly. So happy either early or belated birthday, Safet. I apologize.
There you go.
Frank, what up, what up, what up? Eric Tate, Alexis, Bronson Reed injured. Yeah, I don't know if it was 1, 2. You definitely, I saw on all the replays, that thing went squash.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big man coming from big heights, big risk. And again, I think there's times where, where fans get mad about, oh, we're getting a pre-taped episode. It's because they do shit like that a lot. Give them some downtime. I hope, Bronson, we just got back. We talked about him missing other opportunities due to extenuating circumstances. Yeah. So, I mean, I hope he's not out long. I hope it's like kind of what we went through with Jacob, where we're like, oh, Jacob fucked up his ankle, wore a brace for a couple weeks and never really missed a beat. So, and again, for my money, Bronson in the Bloodline works so well.
Oh, absolutely. He's a breakout guy of 2024, 100%. But yeah, I saw too that I guess Jacob missed a spot in the War Games too, and he wasn't supposed to sell his leg that much, but he was covering for a bot.
Yeah, so it was smart. And again, that's the thing that pros do is you don't just botch and then look at each other awkwardly and then redo what you botched. You move forward. It's perpetual motion.
Improvise. Yes, and me. Yes, and me.
Right.
Yeah, but that's also a thing too everybody wants them to, go, well, why is everything pre-taped? But why are they having to work all of these holudays and everything? Well, which is it? Which do you want?
Right.
You want to read it?
No.
Brother Fluff Salisbury saying, howdy, you sassy rapscallions.
Rapscallions. I like it.
That's a new one, and we're only saucy on selective Thursdays when we do the Wing of the Ring and everything. That's why we're especially saucy.
Coming back next week.
Right. Jordan, what up, what up, what up? I got Patrick already, AD and AZ. This roll call. We need to have early attendance here. Charles, what up? Anthony, I'll stop my scrolling there on Anthony as I've got then. I will try and pause.
Oh, shit, I got then as well. I got
now.
So you just need a hiccup, like a burp.
Yeah.
Forever.
There we go.
Like butter. But ladies and gentlemen, Raw is kicking off. We are going live. Remember, commercial free. One CM Punk going to be kicking off this show. So make sure you get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. We will keep clicking. We click more chat messages than anybody else out there. Ready to go. And I believe we are in Seattle.
Yeah, Space Needle. If not, we're at least close to it.
Right. Jimmy did break his toe. That's the rumor.
Respectfully, you broke a toe versus man might have broken both his ankles. you can walk it off with that broken toe.
Yeah, you're
a
totally
little
fine.
bit.
Tape it to the other one. We're good to go.
Right.
As we're kicking off Raw with a replay of Survivor Series. But yeah, it makes sense to go from Vancouver to Seattle. It's a nice drive.
Yeah.
Spaz with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Be like Spaz. Support the channel. Help us pay for all the shit that we do. KJ Kringle, Naughty Nick, Tick, or Tony Rings. Trick or Tony Rings, not Tick. In the chat, big love, boys. Biggest success on Saturday is that they did not rely on a big surprise. Review up on Jake DeMarco's countdown ended. YouTube, go check that out. Go give our man Spaz some love, who continues to support us emotionally, physically, and financially at this point. So thank you.
Yeah. Well, man, normally it goes the other way with this guy. If it starts off sweet and ends up sour, this one ended up sour and started off sour and ended up sweet. But yeah, because we went Christmas, provocative, and then Halloween. It was Kringle, Naughty, and Trick.
Yeah, KJ Kringle and Saint Nick. That's the crew here around December.
Ho ho ho, bitch.
There you go.
Oh, Christopher saying Julia comment on Megan Bain today. Ooh. I'm down with the thickness, my guy. I'm down with the thickness. Well, and again, Tony's got a lot of these people that he's had on retainer, on his kind of almost early WWE ID type of, I've signed you and I'm not using you. So now those contracts have run up. Like Penta's now a free agent. That's still up in the air.
That's the rumor, that Penta is now free. So we'll see. Does Penta make his way over to the WWE and get going and wait for his brother to get free from the company? Maybe. Still debating on Ricky Starks is apparently not a free agent till like April, May, June. So we don't know. Yeah, I mean, very interesting times in AEW where it feels like more of the folks are trying to jump off the ship than get on the ship.
Yeah. Everyone's looking for a life raft, but Bradley gifted a membership, so 100% appreciate you. This man's out here. He's the true Santa Claus of the channel. I know I'm St. Nicholas, but Bradley is the true Santa Claus out here, always gifting memberships, and he's even, I think he gifted 2, actually. Yeah, and I'm trying to find his comment to where he was saying to where one was, I guess, one was because of the Bills clinching the division. Yes, in the greatest snow game of all time. Josh Allen for MVP, and the other is for most likely beating me in fantasy football. You beat him, you get 5. I beat him, I get 1.
Man, Bradley, I ask you for one favor, Bradley. Just beat this motherfucker so I can catch him. Everybody,
playoffs.
So many of the middle teams that were like 5 and 7 in our league fucking won this week. Like, you're trying to get ahead, and all the top teams are losing games going into the playoffs. So hold on tight. I had a big week, so I'm waiting for next week.
Life imitating art, my guy. Of we're now in the playoff hunt and everything, to where the middle of the pack teams are beating the shit out of each other.
Right into the thick of it. Let's go.
Right. Speaking of thick of it, look at in Kofi's thick ass. Is that chinchilla? Braun Breaker is the meathead we've been missing in wrestling.
Interesting. I mean, I think there's several, but Braun Breaker's done well. Really found a groove for himself.
Absolutely. Well, and interesting.
I like that hoodie.
Shout out. Well, is this? I'll pull it. Is it in the thing? I'll find it in the thing. But it's interesting to me that they emphasis that it's not in the thing. But there we go, 100%. Speaking of hoodies, folks, we got the urban, suburban, commando extravaganza, all the camo attire and everything that you can get 100%. Holiday season's coming up, absolutely. So make sure you join the Wrestling for Life Army. As Punk out there dapping up Sammy and Jay.
Yeah, it's funny though. Jay instantly kind of gave him some love. Sammy seemed a little more hesitant. It was very interesting. Well, and if the rumors are true, Sammy's going to be involved in the main event tonight, so we'll see.
Fair enough. Well, Punk and Jay are hockey buddies and everything too. True. And did you see all of the shenanigans that happened during, again, their media scrum thing? Which again, you can't take any wrestling media scrum serious, but
no,
they're out there asking for pastries. They're just, Punk had no idea about Sammy facing Johnny Knoxville in a jackass match at WrestleMania.
No, I mean, again, the media scrums are what they are. I think that the way they're doing them, at least with the WWE and kind of having fun with it, we've had some good moments. They're not uber long. They bounce between like the press conference vibe to an interview vibe very quick. But you see guys like Punk and Jay have fun with it, and that's what it should be.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and shout out, I believe it was a friend on the channel, Sir Wilkins there, who does stuff with House of Glory. Oh, yeah, they're 104 million views. Let's see if we can get 104 million views. We've had 100 as a lifetime. Let's see if we can do it tonight. What? But yeah, they even were singing Naomi happy birthday at the press conference and everything. It's interesting with WWE treats it like almost mostly kayfabe, and AEW, respectfully, because they're the only other ones that do it, seem to treat it like it's an actual like post-game interview thing.
Yeah. And they don't come out and go like, oh yeah, we've been planning War Games for 6 months, and Punk and I had this big conversation about what the fans would think was the coolest. And Triple H isn't sitting amongst the wrestlers just smiling like, I'm so happy to be here. This scissor in this cup is wicked. No, I mean, again, it's done differently. It's done a little more subdued, a little more professional. But again, I think that's the tale of two companies right now.
Right. But I was going to just mention real quick is I see 99. Let's see if we get 100. Let's see if we can get triple digits before Philip says a word.
We already had it, but let's get back to it.
Fair enough. But it's interesting to me that Kofi and Woods didn't come in together. They came in separate.
Yeah. Leave the question marks. Leave the question marks thick.
Ambiguous.
Right. I like my question marks like I like my women. Thick.
They are in Everett, Washington. Who's a what now? Thickness?
Down with the thickness. You know,
what is Mike Tyson's trying to seem disturbed? I'm down with the thickness. Real quick.
Punk has the mic, folks. And yes, Louie, good to see you, buddy. I feel like it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, becoming a member for 13 months, saying, hey, wrestling fans, dropping for a quick what up.
Let's go.
Mega what up. What's next for Punk? What is the favor? I want to know the favor. A little deja vu. It's still crazy that this man was fragile in AEW and has in the same year wrestled a strap match, a Hell in a Cell, and a War Games match.
Not bad for a guy that can't do it.
Yeah, where's the problem? Feels like it was toxic when he was on one side and not on the other. Sounds like you might be the drama.
Maybe. But Punk is in the ring, folks. We're getting ECW chants.
Well, because you shouted out Heyman.
I know what the future holds. What's up, Kyle?
Anyone's got a blue dot in the middle of their screen, just randomly. Sorry. Okay, it went away. I was like, am I struggling out, browning out, having a stroke? Yeah. Oh, he's pointing towards where the WrestleMania sign would be.
Yeah, as we're saying, I've seen it my whole career.
Main event of WrestleMania. No Dwayne. We get Dwayne Cody because Cody said, I'm going to do something that hasn't been done, what have you, or whatever. And we get CM Punk versus Roman Reigns as he can finally main event WrestleMania. Oh, I hope I'm right.
Royal Rumble.
That's the road I take.
If Punk's going to be in Chamber, bro, I might have to be in that building. I might have to find a way.
I think it might be the favor. I think it just might be the fucking favor.
Not if he wins the Rumble.
What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't have to do any of them? Fuck the title. I'm gonna main it. If you're facing Roman, you might main event it without a title.
God damn it, says Punk.
As I was trying to mouth read Punk of just like fucking son of a bitch. I almost made it all the way through.
WrestleMania is Punk's dream. 100%. Somebody asked, where was it? What's up, Mega? What's up, Kyle? Is there a story? So is Chick Magnet Punk was the OG where CM Punk started. So it was Chick Magnet. And
I always thought it was Chicago made.
Chicago Made's interesting. I thought it was because of the old like way back when I thought he was in a team. It was yeah, I thought it came from Chick Magnet.
It's kind of a little bit which came first, the chicken or the egg, I feel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Little subdued attire from Rollins. It's
right.
How do you look flamboyant and like more like brown?
This is like, a very well. I mean, let's be real. It's pinkish, but it's like an orange mesh top under it.
No, he looks like a roasted Thanksgiving turkey. He looks like he's late for Thanksgiving dinner. But this is in. We knew that Punk getting involved in the War Games at some point, this was going to lead, and him at least coming back was going to lead towards the Seth situation. Yeah, subdued for him. Subdued for him.
There's no big shoulder pads, I guess.
Like, right? Does mother? No, I don't need to say. Does mother know thou weareth her drapes or anything? But yeah. But we knew that this was going to lead back to Punk versus Rollins.
Right. This is good.
You think no title or world title come WrestleMania?
I don't know, but I mean, again, the Punk dream was the main event. That main event usually comes with a title strap to it.
Main event night one? Is it main event night one? Does he allow that?
Yeah, I think he'd be okay with that. Yeah, that suffices. It suffices by me, even if it's Seth Punk non-title. I don't give a shit. Give it to
me. I thought if you're not going to do Dwayne, Roman Punk could main event 41.
Yeah,
overall.
I still think it's going to be The Rock.
If it's not now, it's not ever.
No, you're getting to that point where we're past it.
Right. If you ain't going to do it, I ain't going to jump the next time you say it.
Yeah, just do Roman Jacob. We'll call it even. I think that might be a
better. I'm teetering on the point of would rather take that.
This is amazing though, because you got half the crowd. You got the sing along with Seth, and then you got the Punk chants. Like the crowd is torn with this. What do you think, folks? Get in that chat. 102 people hanging out strong. Let's get that number up as Al Snow's back in the house. What's up, Al?
Yeah, how's them snowplows running, my guy? I want to throw your ass out the same day you came back in. Now, do we see this go to like, God damn it, I hate you, but I appreciate you. This is, Ron Burgundy with every bit of my bone.
I don't know, bro.
They were saying during the kickoff of Survivor Series how Punk was sending messages to everyone on the roster of thank you for letting me back. And, Kalani Jordan's just like, new phone, who this?
Ooh.
I was this close.
I had pity for you.
Pity for you.
Wow.
Seth has been very emotional during 2024. I mean, he had the whole moment with Drew of you can deserve it and all of that. Of he got his lick back on Roman to an extent.
There you go.
Oh, I need to rectify.
I made a mistake by pitying you, but then I see you standing next to Roman, and it's time to fix my mistakes. No way. The jacket's coming off. Let's go. He has no choice.
Yeah, but what in the Jeff Hardy? I get the choice, but only Jeff can look menacing in fishnet.
I agree. Especially baggy fishnet. It's a weird look.
Baggy. He's got to tighten it up.
Fishnet.
But it's so interesting of it shows you the layers and the longevity of stories of.
Dude, I'm in.
Tonight is the night I knock CM Punk on his ass.
I'm in, bro. CM Punk, Seth Rollins in the ring. Punk's got his arms crossed. Seth's fired up. What will Punk say in return? Is Seth acting like a little bitch at this point? I don't think so.
I was about to say, I think it's so interesting that now you have stories that are spiraling out of just you were around Roman and you know of the reign of terror he
how dare
transpired on everybody. So how could you align yourself with such evil? Of now you're getting carryover, bleed over stories.
Well, you look what happened with KO and Cody and Randy. Like that all came out of the fact of how dare you help this guy that we tried to put down for so long.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, 6 months ago, you were a champ. You had something I wanted. Now I don't care. WrestleMania. That's the thing. I think he knows he has an ace in his pocket.
Yo, I know where I'm going, and kid, you ain't it.
You've been thinking about me for saying about 6 months. I haven't been thinking about you for 6 minutes.
At all, bro.
Oh.
That's why I like this shit, though.
Oh, this justifies it because, again, depending on which way you want to look at it, changes who's the heel, who's the baby face.
It's a really good one, and it's one where neither guy has to change their behavior. It's just the dialect of who gets behind what fucking speech.
When not everyone's gray feels really interesting and really special.
Oh, down goes Punk! Down goes Punk!
Hey, he made true on his promise. He knocked him on his ass. Oh, we got hands.
Jay we got Sammy. Hands on.
Oh.
Seth is going to pop Sammy.
Where's Teddy Long? We got ourselves a tag team match, player. Holla, holla, holla. You two are going to take on
the crowd is on their feet.
Is Punk busted? Does he got a cut over the bridge?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Well, no, I was trying to check. I was trying to look at it because they go in and they go out, but he's got like his nose is pretty red.
It's funny though. The crowd boos.
Oh, Pierce? No, he's good. He's straight.
I like that hoodie a lot on Punk.
I know. Oh, stomping this man.
That's why you always take the high ground, folks. You better get him out
here. High ground and I'll take the low run and I'll get there real bad.
Oh, run on, Roman, y'all.
You could have gotten out scot-free. And see, and then this is, you said it, this is where Seth pipes, or where Sammy pipes up.
You don't get to talk to Jay like that. You don't talk to my man like that.
You don't talk to my friend like that.
This is going to be our main event tonight. What's your excuse? Seth just picking fights with everybody.
Bubbling down I didn't mean to do that, but hey, while I'm here, why don't you go fuck yourself too?
Well, it's one of those things. If anyone's had that moment in life where you're just so mad, anybody and everybody's getting it. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. Or
you're just playing. I don't care who, anybody can get hit.
I know what you're saying is right, but fuck you, fuck your friend, fuck that guy.
First off, skill weave and hey, as Seth's even dog walking Sammy a little bit of saying, Me and Roman are closer than what you and Jay could ever be. We came up in this business. We built this shit.
Oh,
and Sammy's even agreeing with you. Did you think I wanted that?
yeah.
I was willing to take it. He was submissive.
That's actually a really good point by Kiwan here. Funny, all these guys were in the same ring when Cody won.
Yeah. Well, and thing is, too, if Sammy's even saying, I didn't want him, I wanted you.
Yeah, you said no, bitch.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with 444 here. Not wrong at all. Like, he's mad at everybody. So it becomes that justifiable heel of, I'm right. I don't care what you think.
I feel like Hermes, or what is it when they're in Futurama and everything of, you are correct. You are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. You are justifiably heel, which is the best kind of heel. To help that monster.
Oh, bitch.
Is tonight the soap opera episode of Monday Night Raw? Because we're getting this with Sammy and Seth, and I feel like we're going to get close to it with the New Day.
And you got to remember, dude, there's so much time between now and Rumble. February 1st is a far ways away. So, yeah, we're going to get a lot of soap opera, a lot of story, a lot of build to what we're getting at Rumble and beyond.
Because Survivor Series was the closing of a chapter. This is the opening of a brand new one.
To me, like I said in the intro tonight, tonight is the beginning of one of the most insane times in WWE history. This leads through the new year into the Netflix deal and beyond into Rumble, Mania, Elimination Chambers in the middle. This is the kickoff of one of the craziest phases of WWE we've ever seen in my lifetime.
Oh, this is to be so aware and cognizant of it. Like, I feel like we've had moments that have been as big, but we didn't know they were as big until they happened. Yeah. This one we know, and especially with Punk hinting towards WrestleMania. I don't think he ever actually said it, but very much hinting towards WrestleMania. We're on the path towards WrestleMania now at this point, folks. Strap on and strap in.
The Snake CM Punk hasn't changed. My stubbornness is not the issue. The best part of these promos right now, Punk, Sammy, and Seth are all spitting facts to their own degree. It's all a matter of perspective on this. I love it. I love it.
This should heavily sway, I feel, what matters in wrestling of in-ring action or storytelling, because instantly now I want to see 4 matches that I never knew I fully wanted. What did I just miss?
There's the challenge. You want to do it tonight, bro? You want to hatch some things out this eve? I got nowhere to be.
But that's the thing.
Dude,
but that's so good though, is because like you even said it, and we talked about it before that, of any way you change your perspective changes who's heel and who's babyface.
Again,
everything is justified. Everything has a validation to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, and I think that, it comes from a place of like you can understand everybody's kind of plight, everyone's argument of even Sammy. Like, Sammy shocked me right there, folks, as we are getting Sammy versus Seth tonight in what I believe will be the main event. Man, it's crazy because for him to go, oh yeah, you're mad about Roman? You created Roman. It was on you, bro.
That was the mic drop so far tonight. Like, even beyond anything Punk said you've cared about me for 6 months. You've thought about me for 6 months. I haven't cared about you for 6 seconds.
Oh, that's so good.
Right. But that still pales to even, that's a bar. That's, Don DeMarco, everything drops and everything. When Sammy's out there, you're mad at what you created.
Right.
Nick Mafia, I like no Bill's Mafia. We a whole mafia out here.
Mafia, I like it.
We the mafia. This group, I love it. Man, it was so good that he couldn't even finish his words. There we go. Good match right here. Absolutely. Oh, I got the Judgment Day. I almost said the New Day. They look more and more like a squad that you would face at paintball than they do anything that's serious or anything.
Right.
Like, they look like if the fraternity and the sorority go out together at your local bar and you're just happen to be there trying to have beers on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Maddie, what up? Hannah, I believe a new name. WWE did 5 times more great storytelling in that segment than AW has done in a year. I just read the comments. I don't write them. I just read them. I might agree with them, but I just read them.
Not wrong. I mean, again, I don't love that linear comparison, but if the shoe fits, it fits. And yeah, I mean, again, I think the storytelling's so important. And I think we're seeing that in a lot of ways with the other company that doesn't really emphasize storytelling. You see them kind of, the matches are fun, but what do they mean? And it matters.
And now I will say, though, too, of the in-match quality and everything has to back it up. Like, you can't sell wolf tickets. You can't sell everybody on the greatest show on earth. And then it's a fucking flea circus. So
I think that's what's frustrated me as of late is I feel like the matches in a large way haven't lived up to the lack of story. It hasn't compensated enough. Once upon a time, it did a lot more. Now I got to watch Jericho and Ishii for 20 minutes. I can't justify it.
Fair enough. Yeah, 100%. As I see John C. I won't try and scroll. Oh, there it is. I didn't think it was going to be that fast. But no, I found his comment earlier. I was going to click on it. We're cooking for 2025, and I'm hungry 100%. Let the big dogs eat, my guy.
I can't recall. Like, we've been doing this for a couple of years. We're heading towards our 3rd birthday as a channel, Nick. And I don't recall us this excited for the turn of a calendar. Like, 23 into 24, we were like, This could be good. There's a lot of good things happening. Punk's back in dubs. What's going to happen? Where's it going to go? But this year with so much potential, especially in the first few months, I'm in. I'm super excited for 2025.
I will preface. I will shout out, and I love that Maddie said best channel at this time because it fits in perfectly. Because I think it's in part on us of everything that's we've done, everything with the chat and everything. That's kept this thing growing and moving and everything of why each year feels bigger, better, and bolder and all of that.
For sure.
I feel like 39, 40, all of that felt like a lot of stuff that we knew was going to happen or we thought we knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
This is now just the era of like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but I know it's going to be some cool shit.
Yeah. And up next, folks, in the ring right now, Liv Morgan, Raquel, taking on Damage Control.
If you want when Kevin Nash and X-Pac teamed up together taking on the Sky Pirates, who you got?
I don't know. This is a weird match.
It's interesting of coming off of the War Games and everything. And yeah, I mean, we're going into multiple tournaments for mid-card women's titles. The tag titles don't really seem to be as defended. We're still figuring out what we're going to do with Jade Cargill and everything.
Right.
So why are we having a women's tag match versus respectfully? I could have done with a promo involving these people.
Wow. Sorry.
No, you're good. The tandem powerbomb for the 1, 2. But I feel like this could have been another tournament match.
Oh,
and you
no.
could have had a promo or two, let these women get some rest, and then you have another tournament match. We've got 2 tournaments going right now in the women's divisions.
Well, Liv has talked about trying to get her hands on the tag title. So, I mean, I think that ties into this here. But, I mean, also could set up what could come. But, folks, the poll is up. Get your votes in. Who you taking in this one? As early lead, actually neck and neck between Liv and Liv and Raquel versus Damage Control. Nobody gets 7%, so neck and neck.
Well, we know whose polls are up 100%, whose flags are raised when it comes to this. Do you like blondes or anime? Which one?
Right now, EO in control of Liv. Liv Raquel win. Damage Control for the win. Smoke. ABJ, welcome back. Here. I love the Sky Pirates and the Iconics. All right.
The Iconics are so interesting to me because I remember everyone a Trail of Tears for when they got released, and I don't think any of them have done anything post-wrestling.
EO just ate the mat hard. Oops.
EO might be a sneaky MVP of 2024, especially the women's division.
I love EO's.
He's been the staple of Damage Control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she may have slipped there though. That wasn't pretty. Liv knocking her down and
Trio. Whoa, no.
The Iconics would have thrived in this era. Well, they're kind of semi-retired. Maybe we'll see them back someday.
I don't know if they would have thrived. That's a bold statement.
I think they'd be good.
That's like saying MXM, the maximum male models, would have thrived a little bit.
They were here.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying neither one thrived is what I was getting at.
Yeah, but I think the Iconics were never booked outside of Vince McMahon. They were good in NXT. They had Vince McMahon booking, and maybe if they had trips right now, they would be doing. Look what Chelsea Green and Piper's doing. That's a very similar big elbow.
And say elbow, Lee breaks it up.
Who is your MVP for the men's and women's war games? Woo! Loaded question. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is my MVP. She got the pin. She pinned that blonde girl. I can't remember what the blonde girl's name is.
You're just invoking them right now.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. Well,
EO throwing
and then you said Jimmy for the men's one, I believe.
Jimmy, big Jim. Give it to Jim.
I saw a lot of people agree with you. I think I took EO and Punk because if he didn't grab Roman at that time, that match is over.
Right? Holy shit.
Ooh. 1,
that
2,
right there,
3.
That right there is how Camille should be booked.
I literally,
if anybody's wondering,
spoiler, I'm going to take a pause after this, but I 100% agree with you on that. Especially because now Camille's been written off, and I was about to literally. That's the first thing that's flooded into my mind.
This is my brutality.
You saved, you rectified her whole character and everything after she's out there handcuffed and in all the pictures screaming, "No,
running away!"
But
man.
no,
sorry, I know. But Rhea and Raquel just throwing hands.
Riptide.
Looked
this is going to be the feud beforehand. You got to get through Kevin Nash before you get to HBK.
Oh, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nice kick.
Dumps her onto the outside. No Rip Hamilton mask.
Live on the back.
What is Dom's favorite position?
Right. That'd be weird. Oh.
Depends on what you do.
Oh. Rhea thrown into the corner of the table. Woo.
Oh, and instantly security gets in to break everything up. You're going back to Phantom of the Rhea.
Big mommy chants in the building. The place echoing mommy's name.
As there's literally multiple security guards having to hold her back. As we cut to Gunther in the back, and I will be right back.
There you go. As we're in the back with Gunther. And Gunther being interrupted immediately by Finn. and Dom. Yeah, 100%. 0-1. My bad. Day continues. It's all right. It can always turn around, my guy. Go, KJ. What's up? Ronnie, how you doing? How you doing? Rhea is like Mr. X from Resident Evil 2. Just keeps coming. That's it. She is a force. Gave you a like. We appreciate it, Ronnie. Everybody be like Ronnie. Give us a like. As the show rolls on, it's been a crazy one so far. Can't believe we're over halfway past the first hour right now. That's a weird way to say it. But we are rolling along, and more to come as we are going to get Seth Rollins. And, oh, the hell was that? Re-debut Camille, in my opinion. But it's so soon, Charles. That's the problem with doing things wrong out of the gate, right? That first impression means so much. So when you do it wrong, and I feel like they have, not good. Yeah, hashtag ouch on that one, my guy. Rhea ate the table with her eyeball. Gunther unhappy getting a tainted win. He is the ring general. It is sacred what happens in that ring. Rhea, she can't be more over. I get it. Some people don't like her, but again, the entire building was chanting her name. That's why this story works so well. As here comes Dakota Kai. And I will put a poll up for this one, folks. Your women's intercontinental title tournament begins. As this one shall be interesting. You will get your votes in. Let me know who you're taking for this one, as it should be a fun one here tonight. Dakota, Katana, So in the other bracket, Zoe Starks, Rodriguez, Carter, Natalia, Zayn, and Fire, Niall, Vega, and Valkyria. Valkyria being my pick for this one. Raquel would be interesting. Could it be Raquel as your first IC title holder? So you got Liv with one, Raquel with the other. Is that too much? Seth turning, just naturally turning. Not turning in your traditional sense that I came out and but just, I got a lot of beef. They booked her goofy and dumbed down. Yeah, 100%. Funny. Oh, Finn wants a title match with Gunther. Will that happen? I want Finn to defend the tag titles. If he wants Gunther, fine. But I want Judgment Day to have tag matches. I think Finn and JD McDonough as a tag team is really strong. I would like to see them use them as a tag team. If they lose the belts, Finn can go after whoever he wants. But that's my humble opinion. But here comes Kaden Carter. Crowd doesn't make a whole lot of noise for her. You guys seen Speedy 100%. Michael Madsen berating Sir Ben Kingsley about creating a monster and having to clean it up. Reminds me of the Punk said tonight about Roman to Seth. And it kind of reminds me of what Sammy had to say to Seth as well. Like, everybody's kind of responsible in their own way, right? It's interesting. Is Gunther face? Not fully, but if he gets in a rivalry with Judgment Day, it's definitely going to push him that way. What's up, Kev? Are your eyes still burning after that Otis awkward moment at Survivor Series? I missed it, so I'm okay. My eyes are burning for a different reason, my friend. Gunther going to fight Dominik. Yeah, which, again, why? Real no need for it. Oh, Dakota going for a tope. Shayna cutting her off and just chucking her into the table. Another big table spot. I don't see how Finn thinks he wants a title match. Gunther chosen to defend against Dom. Weak. Again, we'll see what it ties to, though, John. On the surface, yeah, it seems very weak. Feels, why is that happening? But ultimately, We'll see. We'll see. There's got to be a story to it. Dakota Kai got that knee brace with that knee patch. There you go. Nothing but love. We want to get Kofi turn tonight. That's the debate. I said it a long time ago, Christopher. Could it be Kofi that is the guy that switches? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Gunther versus Dom tonight. So another match added. Dakota for the win. I think Dakota wins this one for sure. A women's IC belt. Wow. Yes, Mega. Women's IC belt is happening. Gunther needs to practice with the Tinker Toy like Dom. That's kind of funny. And it's kind of the right idea, right? Looks like Dakota kind of beefed up a little bit. A lot of time in that gym rehabbing, Paul. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am on commercial break right now. We are rolling through. The night continues as we're getting close to the top of the first hour. They split, or the bottom of the first hour, top of the second hour. They split up Fry and Dawn. Fire and Dawn, I said Fry because I'm hungry. Fire and Dawn is interesting. They shouldn't be split up. Dawn will probably be with her. I do know on the house shows, some of the main events they have done, that Alba was the one that did more solo than Dawn. Your guess is as good as mine. Deep down, we all know that Shayna Baszler deserves to win this title. I don't know about that. Deserves is a strong word for me. I don't think anybody deserves anything. I think everything is earned at the end of the day. Shayna's great. I love Shayna. Could Shayna win this and be an impact player? Yep, she could. Yeah, I mean, again, that's the fun of this. I kind of think Dakota's going to win it. I don't think Chance is going to win it. But Baszler, I got no problem with Baszler being in the mix. I think Dakota is the favorite to win the title. Then Lyra. I picked Lyra ultimately just because they seem to like her winning tournaments. Save Stephanie Vercur for later on after the Rumble. Yeah, she's nowhere near that. Stephanie's going to be in NXT for a while. Bird Lady is going to be a women's IC champ. It's possible. Baszler for the win. Got Shayna for the win. Yes, Maddie Marijuana, welcome back. Submission Magician to win. Submission Magician to win. Yeah, I mean, again, we haven't seen her kind of do anything. We know she's with PFC. They haven't done much. I just want Shayna to go back to being a badass. The walked out and then hurt people for no reason. Like, beyond the scope of beating them, she wanted to inflict pain. That's the Shayna I want. What up? Raquel might be a nice inaugural IC champion. A note to China, perhaps. She started as Triple H's bodyguard. Yeah, you lost me a little bit at the end. I could see Raquel being good, but I don't know if we can. I don't know how much homage we're paying to China anymore. So many better tag teams who can hold the belt. Again, it's not the deepest of divisions. I just want them to use your tag team. If they're the tag team champs, use them. There you go. What's up? Yeah, got you. I corrected. Stoner Jesus, may the blonde be with you. I'm sorry I'm late. I was just rocking out with the Sasquatch playing the saxophone. Sasquatch, if you will. Yeah, you're clearly feeling the vibe right now, my guy. But, you and that Zam Squanch, play on, my guy. A little bit of congrats. Dale, the OG, good to see ya. 7-7 Cleveland, Denver. Is anybody excited for a Cleveland-Denver game at this point of the year? I don't know. Also sharing the 7-7. Right now, we got Baszler, punching her way free coming out of the commercial break. Baszler's trying to get Dakota Kai up and over. I like Raquel, but are they hesitant due to her health? Very good, but maybe they are worried with her condition, which is beyond her control. May act up. I think they would be fairly confident. I know Nick and I have talked about this before, but they've got her as a pretty prominent role, and I think they would have to be pretty, I'm not saying that it will never happen, but again, they've had the ability. What happens if it flared up now? She's already involved in storyline heavily. They put her in the tournament. So for my money, she is a viable candidate. Hesitant because of her health, maybe, but I think internally they have a pretty good understanding of where she's at, where, you know, it's come to as far as her condition or symptoms. And we hope she can stay as healthy as possible. What about Zoe? Zoe's a sneaky one. Shayna just jacking Carter up in the air. Fuck that. Get rid of taking. Get rid of the. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Paul. What about Sonya Deville? Maybe. I don't know. I want Shayna Baszler just to kind of do her own thing, to be 100% honest, if I was going to pick. Are you going to add the CM Punk hoodie and the NHL Winter Classic jersey for Christmas list? Sure. Let's go with that. Kai and Chance missed wildly and collide, and Shayna wins. Possible. You're not wrong, Richard. We'll see. Chyna should be a pillar of the modern women's wrestling. She's only female IC champion. It's about time we put respect on her name. I think they've done well. Or at least it's come a long way from what it used to be. And at least she gets acknowledged a little more than she used to. Oh, Shayna rolls through. Coquina clutch. Drink one for Mr. Leahy. Cheers. For sure. I have a screenshot. Attaboy. A 450. Dakota Kai. And Dakota Kai steals the win. Moving on in the tournament, folks. Nice win for Dakota Kai, who, you know, I'd be okay if Dakota Kai got some love. Put Nikki Cross over strong. I wish. Again, I think people in the past, I've defended the Wyatt Six. I've been a defender of the idea, the concept. I'm getting a little impatient with the delivery on it. This is Katana's time. Sorry, Hannah, not tonight. Gunther would use Dom as target practice. Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be interesting. Ripley, why would you come running out here without your protective mask? Sometimes you forget to put your helmet on. It happens. The rage takes over. Solid match. 1-0, 1-1, 1-1. How did the chat do? 65% took Dakota Kai. So not bad, not bad. As now we're going to a little preamble for the New Day. There we go. So we are getting a package right now for the New Day. I like the white strap. I don't hate it at all. Takes me back to the old days. Thoughts on Io Sky versus Liv Women's Championship official Saturday Night Main Event. It's going to be a hell of a match. Unfortunately, I don't see Io winning unless it's a big surprise. My money would be on Liv Morgan, but it should be a hell of a fucking dust up. I need this festival of friendship. Let's go. I hate the plain white. Okay. Different opinion. That's allowed. Speaking of different opinion.
All right, and speaking of dust ups, but yeah, 100%, my guy. Wasn't it
You ain't booty.
What? What about a booty?
You ain't booty.
Fair enough, but isn't it the Miz that brought back? Was it the Miz or Cody that brought back the white strap?
I think both did it separately.
Fair enough.
But I think people were talking about the women's IC title.
Yeah, but I know you mentioned about the white strap and having on the IC belt and everything, and
I feel like the Miz did it first, and Cody has done it since. The white strap.
Well, Cody did the whole carry out the belt like it's an actual trophy and everything, and then Gunther just did it.
Will NXT be a part of Saturday night's main event? I do not anticipate that it will be, but you never know. Never say never.
Yeah, I don't believe so. As Trek's asking if we're going to do Saturday night main event, and of course, we are the Saturday night main event. So of course, we will be covering Saturday night main event.
This Saturday, we will be here live for NXT Deadline. Then next Saturday, we will be here live for Saturday night main event. And then the weekend after that, and then the holidays. We're here more than everybody's here. We are here more than anybody goes live, folks. Be a friend. Tell a friend. We had a huge Saturday night here on the channel. We're having a fun night with 100+ tonight. Keep it coming. Like, share, subscribe, and follow us everywhere. Follow us on all the socials. You'll know everything we're up to. And if you're nervous that you might miss a surprise, click that little bell because you never know when we're going to pop up.
Absolutely, 100%. We got the members only streams. We got the merch stores. We got all the gizmos and gadgets. We got anything you can need for your pro wrestling lives. Absolutely. As speaking of which, we cut to them trying to sell all the merch of Dom and Liv playing Mr. and Mrs. Claus, but they showed Kofi and Xavier side by side and different attire, different attitudes, different vibes a bit.
Right.
Right.
Bum, 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 bum. I shall return.
You do that, sir.
Have a pause. I'm gone.
I am emotional. Yes, MDB, 100%. I think that's what KJ's gone and done, is gone to go and get his, tissues and everything like that, because no biggie yet. That's the thing, is I think we're going to get a whole big reveal of the time has come now, folks. I think we're really at, the final hour of what are we going to be doing now with the New Day? Are they kaput? Or are we now going to have Woods as a heel, Kofi as a babyface? Does Big E retire amongst that? Does Big E still not retire and just take a bump? Does it end up that they've swerved us all and they still manage to pull everything together and all of that, and we can get, the New Day stays solid. So it's about to get emotional. To quote, oh Christ, what's his name? He's the guy who had played I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, in the original X-Men and everything that was up there. It's going to be emotional. When they were talking about, it was one of the UK WWE shows. Anyways, I've gone on a tangent that only probably I remember. J-Boy, bad guys are champions longer than baby faces. It all depends on storytelling, my guy. Honestly, when you're a baby face, it's a little bit easier and it's a little bit better with a chase. Think about it. How many times have you cheered for a team, cheered for an athlete, cheered for whoever, and you cheer harder for them to get to the goal, and then once they get it, you don't cheer quite as much. If it's a little bit of that thing of, I don't want to say it's all the thing, but it's a bit of that thing. Oh, why did I click on that? But yeah, MDB, what up? I'm at home. Well, thank you for letting me know, Omega. I am also at home as well. And I hope everybody is home here with the Wrestling for Life Network. 100% is. I gotta refresh on it, but I know we've got 95 people kicking it with us right now. We've been dancing around 200 or 100 plus 120 as we've got 126 likes on the stream. Absolutely, as we're at over 6K subscribers. So let's see if we can jump that up to 7K subscribers. What? I'm still waiting for, that 10K. I'm getting tattoo fever. I'm getting, that little ink fever of I need a tattoo here. So let's get us to 10K. And I believe KJ is actually even going to record him getting the whole tattoo and everything. So 100%, if you want to see us in pain, help us get to 10K. Yeah. I'm going to touch on it. RM babyface is getting boring as champs while heels get more interesting as champs. Yes and no. It all depends on storytelling. It all depends on, that becomes a little bit of the chicken or the egg question, a bit of what leads the dance more. Does a strong babyface lead a weaker heel, or does a stronger heel lead a weaker babyface? A little bit, because you have to have something to fight against, whether it's the man, whether it's a man, whether it's the woman, what have you. As I'm getting an ad for WWE going to Netflix. January 6th, we're getting close. Boxing has Michael Buffer, WCW had Michael Buffer, UFC has Bruce Buffer, and WWE on Netflix will just have buffering. J-Boy Catfish, what? You offering me dinner right now? Mr. Noob, AW is the N1 mixtape to the WWE NBA, just flashy nonsense. That is, I'm not going to fully touch that. I might agree with you, but I was halfway thought you were about to call the WWE the WNBA, but yeah, that might be more net for NXT. But yeah, we're showing the Inuit Dome for January 6th, which we will be here live. Of course, we're live for anything and everything wrestling, but the debut of Raw on Netflix, which we assume allegedly at this point will have the return of Becky Lynch, allegedly might have the return of Dwayne. You might see a Roman Reigns. You might see a Cody Rhodes. You might see this, that, and the third. They're very much going to show up and show out when it comes to Raw's debut on Netflix, as they're advertising Seth versus Sammy. So that's got to be the main event. Do they do that as the main event, or do they wait and they do the New Day as the main event? I know we had the tease going into the commercial break. Could that be the main event? Because that's the biggest thing everybody's talking about. Oh, all right. I'm going to eat my words as we've got, a rainbow of balloons. We've got Adam Pearce. We've got all of the pomp and circumstance. So we are about to get the anniversary special. We got bootios. We got unicorn pancake makers. We got anything and everything you can need for a New Day celebration, folks. They even have the old school tag belts, the copper penny. The ones that looked like a penny when you put it in that machine at an amusement park, and they just stretched it out and embossed some bullshit on them so you could remember that you went to Dolly World and shit. So we've got the inflatable Bootios box. We've got Francesca. So we're running through. This is still a testament of, again, I know where everyone's head's at a little bit with this, but this is still a true testament to the New Day of they weren't supposed to work. They weren't supposed to be a thing. And I watched a thing, especially where they were talking with Hunter about it. And they pretty much just all decided, fuck it, we're going to do what we want to do or who we are, and really broke through that. I'm not doing what I think I'm supposed to do. I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to do. And for them to go from the whole little past, son of a preacher man gimmick that we thought maybe wouldn't have lasted a month or so, to now 10 years to where Dom's the only wrestler to sell toilet paper. I think the New Day is the only wrestler outside of maybe Hogan to sell cereal. These guys got fucking breakfast over somehow. They got pancakes over, and I don't mean pancake blocks like football. Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Right. 7-4. Right. It doesn't work in a tempo, but yes. We're getting a whole chant of, see, I just had to clap enough. He's like Beetlejuice. You just clap enough.
It works
better than tempo. I can't do Brad Sun Rocks. It is K Rocks. Day Rocks.
I like what they're doing, though. Running through the whole nostalgia, doing it right. Again, making it feel important. The old stuff, the old belts, the pancakes, the bootios.
Day.
It's going to make what happens at the end of this segment matter.
Oh, I'm 100%. I am just glad you're back, because I'm probably going to ugly cry, because one of the first times wifey got introduced to me being a wrestling fan was me watching WrestleMania with Kofi Mania and everything. Like, one of her favorite memories is seeing me fucking soccer goal celebrate almost into a door frame because Kofi won, because I lost my mind that much and everything. So it's going to get emotional. Vinny Jones is who I was thinking of earlier. Sorry, Laser Susan.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
exactly, no one else does, but I do.
Xavier Woods is saying thank you. Now Kofi's got a mic as well.
J-Boy mentioned the Freebird. Well, they brought up back the Freebird rule. They introduced people to the fucking fabulous Freebirds. I said this while you're in a pause, and I'll ask your opinion on this. Kofi's talking of how much they weren't supposed to be here, and now we're celebrating 10 years of them being a thing and being a prominent thing, like how big they were.
I thought they had a very good vision. I mean, we've seen the story play out, and they've had a very good vision of what they wanted to do, and they've been able to do it. I thought sometimes the New Day and the Usos get overlooked as what they've done as historic tag teams, but I know the WWE picked New Day as number one. I think it's the Usos, but I mean, again, still they're in that conversation of the top 3, 4, 5 tag teams of all time. So just the accomplishments alone have been phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. Eras and everything. We talked about that when we're talking about factions when it came to Survivor Series, of how there's more of the discussion of eras versus, greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
They're up there. Like, you've got them, the Usos, etc., that are the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, etc., of this era.
Mm-hmm. Right now, 46% of the chat thinks that Woods turns, 21% think Kofi, 7 say Big E, and 25% are saying nobody. Yeah, y'all want to go big? Let's go! Let's go! Big E in the house, folks.
Oh, Wrestling for Live Universe! Don't you dare be sour.
Looking dapper.
He's got the suit. He's got the suit.
And again, I know it's not the biggest of oh my gods, because we do get him on PLE pre-shows, but the fact that he's walking out on a Raw, going to get in the ring, and at minimum address his wrestling life in a way, as well as acknowledging the past. I mean, this is a big deal.
Well, and I think that's the biggest thing with the like the New Day, with other teams. Christ, we can say it even with our team and everything like that. Of you can relate to it, you feel it. It's them being them. It's authentic. Of that's the thing, is this feels very much of like this is what these guys wanted to do. So that's even like I mentioned the Players Tribune piece and everything earlier with Big E, and you really got to see who Big E is and like who and what it is beyond the character. Yeah, he looks like Stephen A. Smith.
That music, and the crowd pops huge. He's very emotional right now. Yeah. Like, you can see it in his face. Like he's not exactly smiling ear to ear and playing to the crowd. He's serious.
Right? C-money, screw you. No way the guy who's on every PLE pre-show shows up on Raw. Well, now I've seen it all. Definitely you, C-money. Scrooge McDuck over there. Let people enjoy things. I wish we were here under different circumstances.
Oh, Big E pointing out he's not happy with watching the fighting between these two.
Oh, well, that's this again. We've talked about, does he take a bump and this is solidifies the heel turn? Does he retire and then they fucking go at each other? Or they all unify each other? What have you?
That's the craziest thing about this. Big E could bring them back together with just his words. I don't know. I mean, it's very intriguing. They have us wondering what is happening. What will happen? Can't do a New Day celebration without Big E. Thank you for the super chat. John, don't forget, super chat, super stickers is your way to guarantee we click on your comment. We haven't seen Big E on TV in 4 years. Bruh, he was a WWE champion 3 years. Wait, 3 years ago? Yes.
I ain't trying to mass right now. You know how many vitamins and everything are trying to do equations in my body?
Right. Okay.
In my home.
This is interesting. The crowd pretty quiet right now, like just kind of taking it in.
Because it's an emotional. This is let him talk. Let him talk.
Held her. A childhood dream. He's such a good promo, though. Raw is definitely cooking tonight.
This is going to go one of two ways. They're going to build us in so much, and we're going to get all emotional and teary-eyed because the band is back together, or someone's going to say this and just, you can shut up and super kick.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to remind the two of you. Big E preaching. Let's go. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we are celebrating the New Day. Big E's in the ring, giving a heartfelt speech to the two other gentlemen. And that crowd goes wild.
I'm going to be here every single week to remind you of who we are.
As your manager.
Hey. I laid out 4 to 5 options and they picked a 5th somehow.
Nobody called that one.
No.
Manager. No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Woods is just looking so angry.
Yeah, Woods ain't feeling it. Yo, whoever is the guy, if there is a heel turn in this moment, you look how happy everyone is. They're pushing us all the way into the happy.
This is going to be one of those moments, though, to where, like, hearts are ripped out and everything. This is going to be a moment that lives in history.
The Bailey moment, the wacky wave.
Wacky wave playing 2-man. I couldn't even say the words.
You didn't even say words.
Yeah, I made noises. You want to come back? Yeah, bitch, I believe that's what I just said.
That's gaslighting.
I was going to say, well, thank you for telling me what I just said.
Yeah, 100%.
You left us all.
I broke my neck! My freaking neck!
Oh! Kofi even pipes up. You left us.
You broke your neck. So what?
Bitch, shut up. Kurt Angle's out there made a whole career after a broken freaking neck. My God.
Stone Cold broke his neck.
What?
They're booing Kofi already.
Do they turn them both heel?
They're both shitting on E. E just throws out the double clothesline. Fuck both of y'all.
I hate both of you.
I came back to help you, bitches.
I may hate him, but I hate you more.
Yeah, I'm with you, boss, and I'm getting that vibe. I'm definitely getting that vibe.
I hope. I hope against hope.
Wrong as you are. So does Kofi and Xavier? They got me confused, bro.
They never even had to have surgery on your neck?
I've been meeting with doctors.
That you couldn't have been back here. Oh,
Rich Holland. No, I don't think so.
Oh, this got me all fucked up. This got me all in the emotions.
For you.
I actually had to have surgery. So now we're like, broken ankle is worse than broken neck. What sounds like NFL training staff?
You should have been here a long time. This is insane. This is the best shit from the New Day in 5 years.
I'm so caught off of Kofi's response more than anything. Like, I expected this from you, but not from Kofi.
Well, remember I was talking about we don't know
your girlfriend as they're bringing up me and sister and everything. Oh.
Do you realize the burden you've become? They're gonna make Big E cry.
Oh my God. Don't you, dude? Don't you? He's gonna snap. Big E's gonna. I'm getting teary-eyed. I can't even say the words. Who's cutting onions out here?
Yo, listen to the reaction they are getting from the crowd.
You're cutting to people, just silence, just gasps is what you're hearing. You're not hearing cheers, you're hearing gasps.
This is insane. Yeah.
The brotherhood before anything else. Before anything else. You chose yourself over us. Damn.
This is so good. Like you're
tell the
never
truth.
going to be medically cleared. Yo, why don't you get the hell out of this ring? Yo, I might agree with this one. Go back to your desk. Folks, this is cooking.
You don't need this when a whole angle I had never even considered of Kofi and Woods walking at Big E, and I just
Big E saying, no, I'm not just gonna throw you away. I'm not going away like this.
I'm not gonna let you throw this away.
We're family.
If they're both gonna super kick him, and I do hope and I do agree that hopefully we're at Big E's clear, but God damn, and Kofi just puts his hand on his chest.
You too? So it's over. Nobody called this. Odds. Anyone out there claiming they called this is lying.
I don't know what to say. Like,
we debated on 50% of this at best because nobody saw both.
I'm still so because Woods is looking one way while Kofi's staring straight at Big E. Was this all an act? Like, I'm hoping at best because I had no idea.
I think Woods and Xavier are gonna bond and become I think they're okay.
The heel team?
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, me and you, we're gonna do this.
This is crazy. And this is insane because we all thought with them infighting that they were gonna split up. And if Big E's the factor that emboldened them together, it's insane.
Me and you. And listen to the fucking boos. Instantly made them relevant. I woke them up in one segment. And not even an option on the poll, Randolph. I agree.
But so, I'm hoping against hope that Big E's actually medically cleared or is going to be medically cleared and everything. And that's the payoff, because I don't know if you do this. I mean, you could still do it without it, but it's still, this is insane. I'm grasping at words to describe this right now of Woods and Kofi, who we thought were going to turn on each other, and Big E was just going to be there, a prop to take a bump or maybe retired, is the one that they both decide just no, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, dude. Again, see, part of me wonders. I know people said, well, maybe this means he's cleared. Maybe this is a sign that he's getting closer to being cleared. Because part of me wonders if he was fully cleared, would he have taken a bump of some kind? The fact that it just kind of left with him leaving makes me wonder that, he's still
give it away
there. I don't know. But nonetheless, when Kofi put the mic to his mouth and cut the promo that he did, dude, it stopped everybody. Because nobody thought Kofi was going to echo Woods. Everybody was waiting for somebody to kick somebody. Everybody was waiting for somebody to turn on the other guy. And this was not in the cards.
Not at all. And especially Big E sold it perfectly. Even, no, I'm not letting this go this way. This is not happening. And I think especially one of the biggest statements of, really, Kofi, even you too?
Yeah, because we all were saying that.
Kofi's being told. Kofi's the oldest motherfucker out of all these people and everything like that. You thought he would have been the sensible mind and everything, and we thought initially it was gonna be the two that had been infighting, and then they just found a common enemy apparently in Big E.
Yeah, like it was almost like therapeutic of like we put all our shit on the table, and again, if you have close friends, close brothers, you have those moments sometimes where you just unload like years of pent up fucking frustration, and then it all comes out, and you reset, and you go back to being who you are.
All right, bring it on. The chat will be Big E. Just bring it on. Let me know what you got.
But I mean, again, I think Big E said everything everybody was thinking of, even you two. We saw Xavier's face right away, wasn't feeling the vibe. You know, he gave his little touching, heartfelt thank you. And then instantly it started turning. And dude, like I said, most surprised I've been in quite a while, and did not call this at all. Again, I was fully expecting Woods to turn on Kofi, not a unification with the crowd booing, strong booing the New Day.
It's the best microcosm of everything in wrestling that's right in 2024 of we can have 10 million different outcomes and expect this, and they can sell you down the ship or down the road with this story and this, that, and the third. And then when they pull the rug out from under you and do something entirely different, it's still great.
Yeah. And they did it well, like you said. Big E was emotional. And again, it opens those questions of like Woods said it out loud. You will never wrestle again, which makes me feel like he's going to wrestle again. Like, this is the wrestling rule.
Yeah, you don't ever say that out loud, especially if you're not that wrestler, unless they're going to wrestle again.
So again, what does this mean? Does this turn into something? What about the idea? Originally, we thought, oh, wow, Big E's going to manage the New Day. Like, and I didn't know how I felt about a babyface New Day team being managed by Big E and just continuing, because then they get the push back to the belts. Is that going to be good? This is a much better outcome as far as I'm concerned. I didn't know how I felt about them staying united as a babyface team. I don't know if I would have been behind it that much.
Oh, no. This, what they did is amazing. I never even thought the idea that they would actually team and have Big E manage them just because of their infighting. And how fitting do we cut to Karrion Kross, the man who essentially planted the seed within the New Day that now has led to their demise. So the New Day is done. We just didn't expect it to go that way.
Sorry, so we're back from commercial, and they're doing the little run back of what we've been going on with the Wyatts. I did say this at the pay-per-view, Nick, and I still feel it. I feel like you should have put them on that pay-per-view. There was room to put them in there. I would have found a way, because they need to have some prevalence.
Them as a War Games match. And then,
I would have done War Games. I would have done traditional Survivor Series.
Well, that's what I was going to ask is, would you done the women's as a traditional and done them as a War Games?
No.
Or I guess vice versa?
Yeah, no, I give the women their spot. And then this as a do one-off, like a classic Survivor Series style match. I think it would have worked. It would have been fine, and it would have been a nice spotlight for these two groups that have been kind of puttering.
Yeah, of Fatal, or I almost call it Fatal Influence. Final Testament has really been final from the gate, and then the Wyatt Six was great until the Miz. The Miz thing kind of flipped everything sideways a little bit, I feel.
I thought the Miz thing woke it up, actually. To be 100% honest with you, I felt like
I can see where you would say that. I can see actually where you would go there.
Yeah, like just because nothing really came of the fact, like, okay, they kicked the shit out of Chad Gable and his friends for a few weeks. Now what? And that's where we were kind of stalled at, was now what? And then we weren't sure with Karrion, what we were going to do with Karrion. But at the end of the day, I think that the Miz kind of added a different element to it. And he's actually kind of got Karrion a little more entertaining, at least for like the pre-tapes, and some of the interviews they've done together have been a little bit better.
Yeah. It still hasn't been great in any aspect. Like, no. You could see so much potential and just the failure to reach it.
Yeah, to an extent. And again, it to me, I always say, they're still alive, they're still breathing. So there's still an opportunity here to do more. Now they are still selling us on it, but you got to get them into the pay-per-views. You got to get them into important moments. I mean, maybe you do some type of match at main event, but you got to make them do you got to make them. You got to help make them and get them where they need to go, or else they're dead in the water.
No story has felt important since Chad Gable got two-pieced in the head and people were adjusting his Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. It's been flat and flaccid since then.
Right. Do the New Day get new theme music? Quite possible.
Darth New Day.
Darth New Day? Yo, New Day. New Day time has come. They are no longer fan favorites and top merch sellers. Time to close this chapter. Well, I mean, again, they found a really good way to close one chapter and open a new one and keep them relevant. I think I'm pleasantly surprised.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, they haven't been heels, I think, really, truly, since they've started. Oh,
yeah. It's crazy. Testament for so next week we're getting that. All right. See, again, I mean, I don't know, but we'll see what they do with it.
Right. I will say this.
Oh, go ahead.
If WWE is willing to turn New Day heel, they can turn Bianca heel. I think they were.
They did.
Saying they won't.
Yeah, I think they'll turn anybody if the time is right. And again, their analytics matter and how they pay attention to it, but I think anybody's a viable heel option. I mean, Kofi Kingston cutting a heel promo. It's been a hot minute.
That was the biggest thing that caught everybody off guard. At first, I thought he was almost doing it as a ruse of like, yeah, we're both right. We don't like you. And then, right in the kisser, we both turn and we jump him. Okay, he's right. You're an asshole. But no, for them to both be like, nah, you were a burden. You held us down. Well, you saw how fast Stone Cold Steve Austin came back from a broken neck. Kurt Angle won an Olympic medal with a broken neck, and you're out there doing commentary. Like, it was just such an angle that no one expected them to hit at.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on commercial break, rolling through the show past, we're getting down to almost at the last half an hour. After we come out of this commercial break, lots to happen still tonight. Sammy's going to take on Seth Rollins in a bit of a surprise matchup. Raw's been crazy. The pace has been insane. Lots of kind of big moments tonight. I'm enjoying it thoroughly at this point. But everything from what happened in the opening with Punk and Seth and, Jay and Sammy works well. A decent match here or there sprinkled into the chaos. And then the New Day come out and cook.
I was going to say the majority of what's been the great moments tonight has been the whole interaction between Punk, Seth, Jay, Sammy. We had in-ring action in between, which I don't want to fully disparage or whatever, and then the New Day segment, which we all thought was going to go in a completely different way. And we took an alternative route, but it was still great how we got there. We took the scenic route, but I saw some sights I never thought I'd see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's been a good time, been a solid show here tonight. Don't forget, we are back tomorrow for NXT. It's going to be a fun one. Tomorrow night, the go-home show for Deadline. We will be here live for that. We got a big Dynamite coming up on Wednesday. A whole lot going on there. Thursday, our predictions for Deadline, and then we are back all next week for all your favorite wrestling, heading to more pay-per-views, Saturday night main events coming up, and so much more. So be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get to 7K before the end of the calendar year.
Absolutely, folks. We're only in year 2, not even in year 3 yet, so we've got at least 7 to 8 more years before one of us turns on the other two and everything like that, and vice versa and everything. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We do what we do because other people can't do what we do.
100%.
Gunther for the win. I think that's obvioso at this point.
Right.
What is Captain Obvious's favorite cheese? Avioso.
That
was the terrible dad joke that I just decided I needed to make right then, but I apologize. Funny thing is, actually, now that they just mentioned Joe Tessitore's on commentary, I don't know if it's a testament to him, to Tessitore, or if it's a testament to wrestling right now in WWE. The whole conversation about him on commentary, I think, lasted all of a week. If that. Maybe lasted a night.
There's so much other shit going on. And
exactly. I don't give a fuck about him. I'm more worried if Xavier Woods is going to beat up the knee.
Yeah, they completely lost the point. As we are back from commercial, by the way, the poll is up. Dom Mysterio taking on Gunther. Gunther just walking down Dom right now.
Yes, suit the poll 100%. But yeah, look at how beat up Gunther's chest is. He hits a little.
Right.
Yes, MDB. Thank you. I know, terrible. You know how I know I'm bad at dad jokes because I'm not a dad.
Because I'm not a dad.
Because cannot relate. Shenanigans to ensue. I would assume so. Well, remember when Dom was competing to try and be the number one contender to take on Gunther? We thought that this could be a match we were going to have at a pay-per-view for a world title.
Right? Raw is fast. It's been quick. They need Dom to win. Yeah, not happening.
The only way Dom wins is by disqualification. Oh, bro. Whoa.
Yes, absolutely. Been buzzing about it for a few minutes here now.
615s. He didn't hit him in the head, so it's not 619.
Oh, 619. Down he goes. Going to the top. Ham and Egger main event. Yeah. Frog
Splash. Oh.
Wow. No. The fact that Dom even got a 2.
Do you think that they could turn Gunther babyface?
Yeah, again, with the right opponent, if you lean, and again, he's another guy that if he just keeps speaking the way he speaks, don't change anything. Just be nicer to the crowd. You literally have, if you have the right heel leaning on him, yeah, I think they'll get behind him. Like if he was in a rivalry with a Dom, like they want Dom to lose this fight. It's that simple.
Well, I mean, Dom's like an ungodly heel at this point, of like one of those of you put him against anybody. You could put him against Satan himself, and I feel like Satan be babyface.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've seen it a lot.
3.
Yeah, it's over. Little bit of blood on the chest. Let's go, Dom.
Yeah, well, I think he walked into that of Gunther coming out there like the boy who lived with the scar instead of his forehead. It's on his chest.
Sling blade. Big drop kick in the corner. Finn Balor staking his claim. So this is where you get a little more of a baby face Gunther. As Finn looking down Dom, showing him how it's done.
Why is Finn walking around like every sorority sister after a Sunday night hookup here? If I'm wearing fucking 4X clothes when I'm a medium at best.
He looks like he's ready to go skateboarding. A 3-2 to Raw.
Tony Hawk, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
The Coupe de Gracies. Nah, he looks like a side piece that just you got tossed a baggy hoodie and shown the door.
Gunther down in pain. Finn draping the belt over Gunther. And then looking at Dom like...
The crowd's chanting one more time.
It's crazy. So maybe they can't make Gunther a heel.
You're going to make Dom a babyface instead. That's that's moving a mountain.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of Finn Gunther. I mean, that technically is an opportunity. Yeah. And that's an opportunity for Damian to screw Finn after being screwed twice to finally get their payoff.
Well, and it's still Judgment Day Finn makes everybody forget Finn Balor, former Universal Champion and everything. First Universal Champion, if it wasn't for a buckle bomb. I forgot we were having this match happening. We've got Pete and Butch taking on R-Truth. Whatever you want to call Pete Dunne, taking on R-Truth.
Right.
He doesn't seem to know what's going on. He never has.
Are they going to try and use R-Truth to push Pete Dunne a little more? Oh, wait a minute. We got chaos. What's happening? What is happening?
Who's that in the red hair in the back there? The lady with the red hair and the skin Maria face. Jey Uso getting jumped.
Jey Uso got jumped.
He's getting taken out by the bloodline. Well,
interesting. Bloodline. It was Seth. The
Samoans.
It was Seth in the library with the candlestick for sure.
No, because he had too many drapes tracing him. You would have seen at least drag marks, if not foot marks.
Right.
Yes, we're hyping up John Cena. Always hyping up the Elimination Chamber too. So this man's just John Cena in his retirement tour is just how can I get over every pay-per-view over?
It's being advertised here. I don't know about for you guys, but when we get the commercials for if we get ads for Elimination Chamber, it's John Cena's last time in Toronto.
I didn't hear what he said. I thought the whole time it was with him doing all of this. I thought it was going towards the Royal Rumble because that's what we've seen with the Royal Rumble of it's my last time in the Royal Rumble. Now he's just going, it's my last time, I guess, in Toronto or my last time in Canada.
Well, he's going to be at Elimination Chamber, essentially what that confirms. And for us fans up in this neck of the woods, it could be, and sounds like it is going to be our last chance to see him live.
Fair enough. Probably Seth attack Seth. What are you doing? I'm kicking my own ass.
Right?
Jay got jumped Raw 2 style for the Xbox. Words doing are you how? What? Seth attacked Jay probably again. Yeah. Raw is turning into as the world turns. But again,
as the ropes turn.
Part of wrestling.
I like it. I got no complaints with it at all, Nick. None.
You don't watch a James Bond movie because they're kicking ass 24/7. Jason Statham still had to actually act in between scenes and everything. He couldn't just constantly be doing, transport of like getting fight scenes and all that.
Well, that's, I mean,
I know, not the best actor to say for acting chops and everything.
I was just trying to figure out if you were calling him James Bond. I'm like, was he James Bond? But I know
could be. They're both British,
right?
It was James Craig.
Ultimately, again, it's the tale as old as time. It's people always buy into the stories. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I love all of this. And now we got to figure out who beat up Jay.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm still actually halfway excited for which version, I guess, of Pete Dunne's taking on R-Truth. Is he going to call him Butch? Is he going to call him Pete Dunne? What? The best thing so far has been the New Day, though. Sorry.
What?
I said the best thing so far tonight has been the New Day segment. That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to argue with that. I thought Punk and Seth was great. I like what Sammy and Seth had to say to each other. I think the matches we've had have been decent. Maybe not barn burners, but decent. Right. And again, I think it's been a good time. I thought Gunther and Dom were solid. But yeah, I mean, the highlight of the night right now is just the way that was all put together and the way it was delivered was outstanding. So for my money, I think, again, we'll see what happens in the next 25 minutes, but that could be the moment we're all talking about tomorrow. But lots to unpack with this one, my buddy.
Right.
Raw's been crazy.
Oh, Lady B, this is good drama. NXT's borderline Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for my Ava to get over.
This is better than Survivor Series. Yeah, I disagree.
No.
As folks, we are on commercial break. I got a Monopoly Go commercial. But
yeah.
Batter, by the way, like fish batter or beer batter.
Right. That made me fucking hungry. Why you gotta do that?
Give him the high stinky cheese. Let's go. Hey, winner is coming and stacked already. Claudio versus Ospreay and Ricochet versus Brody King.
Okay.
Should be good.
Oh no, yeah, I digress.
Let's hope Sting will make a return.
No.
He'll make an appearance.
In spirit.
In spirit. He's got to find a way to get his kids on Tony's payroll. That life insurance policy.
Yeah, they just got to get a Ring of Honor deal and then they're set. As we are on our way with R-Truth versus Pete Dunne.
And the crowd is going wild. Just if anybody's curious, the crowd is into it.
Yeah, it's been nothing. It's been 2.5. It's been an hour and a half of emotions at this point. I would like some laughs. I would like some slapstick. I just want some shit I don't want to care about.
Right.
I've got to dry my tears after watching all these segments, so I'm fine with this.
Right.
Push these knee pads. Mega with Edmonton native. I couldn't have guessed with the Oilers logo as the profile picture. Could have fooled me.
That's profiling, and profiling is wrong.
No, the terrible thing about profiling is it works. That's why everyone tells you not to do it, because it works. Brandon saying Big E. Yes.
Big E. Yeah, no, R-Truth and Pete Dunne, but Pete getting billed. They're using R-Truth well right now. You want to get Petey over a little bit.
Well, what was the ref that you were talking about? It was either Friday or Saturday. Well, yeah, oregano. Now we got Prosta Primavera out here as the official. We got a slick back like no get back. 100%. This man looking like he's a member of the FBI.
Right. Look at Dunne getting all the heat. Look, he's threatening to go out to a fan, and then he's got kids.
On the Brock.
And there you go. R-Truth gets the win. And the crowd is losing it.
R-Truth is just a lovable mascot. No one cares if he ever fights for a title or anything serious. I just want to see him.
We're still trying to figure out who attacked Jade. Good point, main event. There's just crimes happening everywhere.
The alphabet. J-A, J-E. They're moving down the list.
Can we bring back fucking Fandango and Tyler? No, we bring back Fandango and Tyler. Put them on some of these cases.
Oh, fair enough. I agree with you. I went even older school with Leslie Nielsen with Airplane when he was trying to figure out Undertaker and fake Undertaker.
We got Braun Breaker in the back. And Ludwig beside him. Ludwig looks like a villain from Die Hard 2.
Yeah, fucking Baron von Ludwig out here.
Or one, to be honest. I watched that 2 nights ago. One of my
That's why you were so like, or one. Because I was like,
or one.
No difference.
He's kind of like Hans's right-hand man, but he works for all of us.
No, you know what he looks like? Have you watched Triple X with Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
He looks like one of the Russian German dudes that Vin Diesel hangs out with. But that introduced everyone to Rammstein. Fire and Floyd, bang, bang.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's got a fucking
super
villain coat, but it looks like it's from Eddie Bauer.
So Breaker basically saying, I'm going to go talk to Pierce and see if we can get this done because I knew you were going to make up these excuses on how I didn't beat you, blah, 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 blah. All we need now is cheeseburger. And maybe not.
I could go one for one now, like a motherfucker. Folks, if you want to donate so we can get a cheeseburger, we got a super chat and super sticker.
One of the only times you'll ever hear me say that sentence out loud. We do not need cheeseburger right now.
Yeah. But this is the thing is Braun in other aspects is a heel, but here he's the babyface. Yeah. And it works and nothing's changed.
And the crowd's
pivoted with his character.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you're getting that crowd barking. Right. Next Monday, Rhea, Raquel, 1-on-1.
In the battle of the 4 R's, Rhea Ripley taking on Raquel Rodriguez for the name R, for the letter R.
The Alliteration Championship.
Right. Yes.
Oh, next week, Bird Lady, Vega, Nile.
In a who can change the light bulb match, because who can get that fucking high up to change it with all these short chicks?
Look, next week, 8-man tag.
Oh, that's your main event. That's your main event.
Could be. Yeah, let's do it.
Should be.
I think so. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, but they're stacking up next week nicely.
Spookies gathered in their masses. Oh,
there you go. Sammy questioning who did it.
Right.
5 versus 5 next week. It's 4-on-4. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel. Man, this show is crazy. They were having Dirty Dom chants. Imagine Dirty Dom gets over. Oh, Sammy going to the ring to see Seth. Whoa. Up next.
Rhea's mask at SummerSlam was sick. I saw that, I guess, the same guy that did the Fiend mask did Rhea's mask and everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, and it was so interesting. And is it weird that I feel like that played into some people like being mad about it, of like, she looks too cool, she can't get over this much. Like, she's already over, she's already cool, she can't be this cool with her having the mask and everything. Well, I saw somebody that's like, you're telling me, like, that was comparing Rhea not dying to fucking baseball bat shots to like John Cena and Superman. All they're like, it's so unbelievable that she's getting hit with a baseball bat.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know if I can make heads or tails of what the issue would be there. I'm not sure.
That Rhea was getting over too much, that she was pretty much Super Cena no selling, is what some people were trying to accuse and say.
100%. You told me. Jade might have been attacked by Zelina Vega. Nah, I don't see that, Richard. Well, that's a great idea. Sammy, you don't have to be involved in everything. Yes, he does, damn it. You leave Sammy alone.
Right. He is the moral compass for everybody.
Right? He is kind of the moral compass for everybody, and he kind of stands in there real strong. I mean, I thought tonight was great with Sammy, and I know not everybody loves Sammy, but I think the whole idea of him and Seth coming up together works so well.
Well, and with Jimmy being out allegedly with the broken toe and everything, and I say allegedly just because I'm not a doctor, does it make sense if you hold Jay up? This is a way you can hold Jay up if he got attacked, what have you, and Sammy holds court for a little bit and everything. Not saying it was a necessary plan or it's needed, but I thought they might have been bringing back the Usos together. So if Jimmy's out, you take Jay out a little bit, and this is a way you can write it out.
Right? Yeah, I don't know how much what happened tonight is going to have Jay out. So we'll have to wait and see for that. Again, if he was just temporarily, taken out, maybe. I think he's been so solo anyway that it doesn't necessarily have to put him on the back burner. So we'll see what the extent of his injury ends up being. But Sammy. And again, having Sammy involved makes another intriguing twist to this whole story. You feel like you're about to get Punk. And, I mean, will Punk come out and be in a factor tonight? It's going to be very interesting.
Does he come out and just watch?
That'd be interesting. Sits on commentary until they bump into him.
Just says, yeah. It would be 100% a moment like that, or even he's not even on commentary. He does one of those of I just sit at ringside.
Right. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it works. And then you see if it all stays the course. Sammy's kind of buddy with Punk, but could there be any miscommunication there? The main event's going to be interesting tonight on what has been a very fast-paced, loaded show as we are getting the signs of the night.
I think it's so interesting that they've gone into this of before you've heard the stories of signs getting confiscated, so now we're going to emphasize it. We're going to put highlight section on all the signs.
Yeah, And we're still going to take away the signs we don't like, but for the most part, you're going to go.
Right.
Oh, Finn and Pierce.
When is my title match?
That's rich.
When you when you defend the tag titles.
Yeah, at least Pierce is saying what we're thinking.
Right.
The War Raiders.
Propunzel, let down your comments. I went to my first NHL game, watched the Oilers beat the Avalanche. Hockey is great in person.
Unbelievable. Saturday night main event, Zayn Gunther. Let's go. Let's talk about your other title match.
Ooh.
So, Finn's going to lose those tag titles. And then he's going to go after Gunther.
Lose that match too.
Probably, yeah.
It's a bad week to be Finn Balor.
Right? As here comes Seth Rollins. Put this one in the chat for everybody.
Thoughts on Braun Breaker Kaiser feud? I think it's great. I think we are both in agreement of that. It pretty much makes sense and works out with the whole, mid-card division that they've established for the IC belt right now.
Right. Bum, 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 bum.
So, Priest costing Finn at Saturday Night Main Event. No, he's facing him. He's not costing him. He's facing him.
Right.
As they're replaying or running back, even Seth's comments of saying, I should have knocked you out when you first came back. Seth saying that to Punk.
Right. No, I mean, they're digging in. I mean, again, a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, but fun in a lot of ways. And now, again, some people maybe CM Punk attack Jay, but I highly doubt that.
Yeah, that wouldn't make a ton of sense. Who are they going to go to Blackhawk games with now? They're going to go with just Jackie Redmond?
Right. Rollins for the win. Go ahead.
Sammy being back with the bloodline-ish, I know he wasn't doing much before, but does it make him go from could have popped into a spot here, there, or there on the top card to now he's C-D player. He's, a little third string versus could have been first string.
Seth or Sammy?
Sammy, that's what I said.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think Sammy's always kind of in that mix. Sammy's kind of a utility guy in a lot of ways, right? Where he kind of goes up and down the roster pretty comfortably.
Fair enough.
But we are off and running. Big Sammy Uso chants bumping in the building. 59% of the chat taking Seth Rollins in this one. It was El Generico.
AR1 just got in from work. What happened with the New Day?
They rock.
Way to sum up all of that in one sentence, my guy.
Right. But we go to commercial break. The New Day united together to tell Big E what a piece of garbage he is. And it looks like we're getting a heel New Day moving forward.
And by heel New Day, that means just Woods and Kofi they pretty much excommunicated Big E of saying, you were a burden, motherfucker. You offered to help us, and instead we've been helping you.
Yeah, they started the No Big E Club tonight. So that's the whole, no, sorry, Homer, you're out.
Yeah, instead of New Day rocks, it's Big E sucks. Big E sucks.
So, yeah, I mean, a crazy, unexpected kind of twist with that one. I voted Seth, but this match could have no finish. It could very much have no finish, as there's a lot of people out there that have beef with the two guys in the ring.
Oh, yeah. Well, and again, this might not be the conclusion of this angle here.
Oh, not at all. I'm really curious. Again, I mean, they've left a lot up, and is it true? Are we never going to see Biggie be physical in the ring ever again? Is this just a bit of hooking the fish in? I don't know. We'll see.
Is it the long con that Kofi's just been the sleeper cell?
Right, the whole time, Kofi's the one you got to watch. You got to watch them quiet ones sometimes.
That's really what it is, though, with this whole thing of
right.
I saw some people that were like, he wearing a black shirt and a Majin Buu necklace, so he's gonna be heel.
Yeah,
breaking down the tires.
Well, I think that was the fun for me watching it. Of like, we're waiting for Kofi or Woods or E. We're waiting for somebody to make a move, and again, it wasn't even that necessary at the end of it, because what they end up doing. Again, it was kind of a very smooth move. And again, anyone out there saying, "Oh, I called that," and I might call your bluff on that one.
I think between the two of us, we named off about 20 different options that they could have done, and that never came up. So if you can show your receipts that you did that, I'll gladly take your return. Beyond that, sorry, sir. The best I can offer you is store credit.
Right. Kofi is the one to watch. He faked the Jamaican accent for years. He's committed to the mission.
He's always been lying.
Right. We're on to you. We can't trust you, Kofi.
SOS. I hear them shouting. SOS.
Saturday night main event set to be better than Survivor Series. Already 2 title matches for Saturday night main event that we know of. It is shaping up nicely.
Well, fair enough. Well, I was pondering over the whole comment of it being better than Survivor Series, and I thought that was initially coming across of like Survivor Series sucks, so this could be better. But it actually could be better just based on what it's got and everything. Like, it could still respectfully outkick its coverage.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I think they're putting a lot of effort into it. They want it to be good. I know they're gonna retro the music, retro the vibe, retro the feel, the look. Me personally, looking forward to seeing what we could do here in honor of that. But I think they're really leaning into it. They want it to be something that's worthwhile. And again, I'll be very curious. Is Collision going to be on at 8:00 that Saturday, or will they move to a 6:00? Are they brave enough to go one-on-one with NBC?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, fair enough to everyone. Spoiler alert, we might have the VHS tracking, just going up and down and behind us the whole night and everything.
Yeah.
This might be look more like Southpaw regional wrestling.
I like it. But we get the underhooks. Back to Sammy and Seth, by the way, folks. It's still going on the main event. Blue Silver Bomb.
2 go.
Yeah. And I believe someone asked, but I think it's 2 hours, and it's 3 title matches. You're right. The women's US title will be on the line there. So
yes,
we're up for grabs.
And that's still not saying what they won't add more, because initially it was only 2, and even just tonight they added a 3rd. Yeah. So
yeah,
we're still fleshing it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not done yet. So I mean, again, and the fact that we're going to get Finn Gunther should be fun. Cody KO, we've been waiting for. The U.S. title, I mean, that's going to be monumental unto itself. So, yeah, man, I mean, we're just getting started as Exploder into the turnbuckle, the bottom turnbuckle.
Right. Oh, trust me, I'm waiting for Finn Balor's fighting Irishman taking on Gunther, that giant Austrian with the heavy chops. We're getting Jesse Ventura out there on commentary. Oh,
I wonder if it's the Warriors.
Setting up for the stomp.
We might have
rolls out.
So there is 4.
4.
What's the 4th?
3.
You'll be up against Jesse the Body. Sounds provocative.
Well, no, because that's what I was just talking about, of how Jesse's going to be on commentary.
Yeah, the way he said it. Saturday night main event is looking good. I may have to skip out on the second night of TNA tapings in Atlanta that week. Oh.
Road trip?
Gunther. What?
I just said road trip.
Road trip. Finn plus Gunther equals Funther. Well played, MDB. you get a start.
Thundercats. Oh.
Sammy says to Seth, I know it was you, and slaps him in the face. And then Seth bounces him off some ring posts as a receipt for that effort. WWE here to stay. This is how you do a Saturday show. People don't skip. It's FTK all night and all day. Thank you for the super chat, sir. I like it.
Right.
It's going to be interesting. Will AEW run Collision head to head? And on the premise of it doesn't matter. We taped it. They're doing a special thing. You can already hear Meltzer now, or would they try and amp it up and go, make it, see if you can go toe to toe a little bit.
I don't want to detract from how great Saturday Night Main Event's probably going to be and everything like that. I really want to see what Saturday Night Main Event 2 is going to be and everything.
Okay.
The sequel and everything. Like, I'm saying I think that this is going to be good, but if we're going to say stuff of like, this is how you do Saturday nights, how do you follow it up? Stay consistent with it. Don't make it a one-off thing.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they're scheduled to do 4, so making it something quarterly, I think I'm intrigued to see how it builds, and I mean, something we start looking forward to. I mean, especially in a stretch where there isn't a lot of pay-per-view going on, or PLE for that matter. I mean, again, it's a nice little treat.
Oh, that's the advantage, but I'm still worried because we did have that runs for like the Saudi shows and everything, to where the first one was kind of great, and then they kind of fell from it. I'm not detracting again, like I said, from it. I just want to, if we're gonna say this is how you do Saturdays, show me consistency.
Fair enough. As Sammy's got the chair and he's trying to get Seth to confess, Seth saying it's not me, never was. What if Drew attacked Jay? That'd be a nice swerve.
Yeah, great swerve.
The ref is waving off Sammy. I like that, Damien. That's interesting.
It'd be so out of left field, but it would make sense to an extent.
Right. Sammy throws the chair away, gets rolled up, and gets pinned. 1, 2, 3. Now they're just staring each other down after the roll up. Seth steals the win. Sammy distracted by the story.
Yeah, but this is Seth, I think, a little bit more of showing, trust me, like, this wasn't me.
Try to convince him it's Punk. It's beautiful.
Right?
He's definitely leaning in. He, like Boston just said it right there, right? Like, if he convinces Sammy and Jay it was Punk, Punk, he's a snake. He's always been a snake. Again, heel Rollins loading up, folks. It was Cody. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Craig saying what gonna happen to the women's tag team championships?
That's a great question. And they haven't given us any indication yet. It will all depend on how long Jade is truly going to miss. And if she's going to miss extended time, then you got to do what you got to do.
Right. Well, you were saying it was Cody. It was Cody all along.
Right. Watch out!
Oh!
He called it! Damien! It's McIntyre!
Jesus Christ, I'm all messed up on my UK wrestlers.
Drew McIntyre taking out Sammy. That's who attacked Jay. Damien, congratulations on that call. Unreal.
Wow.
Let's go.
And now Drew this back. Is interesting because you can tie in Drew and Punk. You can all the weaves tie together, as even my green screen's deciding to go a different way.
Oh, that's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Raw has gone off the air. That is the show. That is the wrestling tonight. We will take a rating out of 10 on the show. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and everything in between. For my money, that was a fucking outstanding Monday Night Raw.
Oh, absolutely. It confounded me so much that I called out the wrong move.
It's all right. It's only going to be on the reaction videos. We're good.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna just look like a fool. Geekbox, I love you. I love you, Geekbox. Edit me out of that.
That's too funny. But 8 out of 10. I'm there. I'm like 8, 9 tonight. I really am. Solid fucking night across the board. Twists and turns all the way through this one. We don't need more Punk and Drew. We're not getting more Punk and Drew, but it's connecting the dots. What we just needed most of the beginning of the year. Okay, yeah, no, we're getting there. We're getting there. 9 out of 10. 8.5.
Where you at?
I'm gonna go 9.
I for a weekly show, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, 100%.
You had the opening segment with Punk, Jay, Sammy, Seth, all of that. You go into, was there a match right after that?
Yeah, no, they it was more backstage stuff, and then they gave us they did the women's triple threat. They did we finished off with Seth and Sammy, which I liked. I mean, again, across the board, I think
I was trying to remember between then and the New Day. Like, I think it's so interesting because most of what was really great about the show wasn't honestly the wrestling.
No, not at all. I mean, the tag match was meh. It was okay. It was solid, decent. This match was decent. Dakota Kai gets a big win. This was fun, but kind of building more than anything else. Not sure what they're building yet. I thought it was Lance Archer as well there, C Money. But yeah, start to finish, man. I mean, 8.5, 9 for me. The big moments were so big. I got to give some love. I mean, overall, you get so much good quality, fast-paced wrestling tonight. I liked it. I liked all of it.
100 and absolutely. And it took so many different angles that we never thought it was going to take. Like, from the jump with that whole angle, I never thought initially we're going to get Seth Rollins versus Sami Zayn. I never thought we were going to get Xavier Woods and Kofi both teaming up and going heel at, Big E of basically, I don't like you and you don't like me, but at least we both don't like him. Right. And then ending it with Drew McIntyre coming out of just,
right. No,
we're setting the bases going into this whole season.
100%. I mean, we're loading up, to be honest. 8.5, solid show with great storytelling. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't see too many people disappointed with this one. And again, it was just loaded. Every time we turned around, it was something new. It was something, misdirection. We spent all pre-show predicting what was going to happen with this or that. Last minute, Damian says, what if it's Drew? And sure enough, it was Drew. What are the odds? I mean, it's funny, but it just shows you how many bullets are in the gun. 8 out of 10. Right. 8 out of 10. It was Drew. It was Drew Archer, right? I'm done here. All right.
No, because JV thought that said that he said it, and then he got ignored because, of course, if we miss a comment,
Raw set the bar this week. Yeah, nice. 8 out of 10. If this is an indication of the rest of the week, we're rolling. 9 out of 10. Raw was fire. I give it 10. Favorite part of the show was Adam Pearce went Santa Claus and putting Finn Balor on the naughty list, and the New Day anniversary celebration, and the CM Punk Seth Rollins segment. There you go. The naughty list, eh?
Yeah.
They were cooking all night long, stories with so many twists and turns. I agree, John. My highest rating for Raw of the year.
Fair enough.
8.25 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Cross will destroy. Run for your life next week. Wyatt 6 and Cross and company. The Final Testament. How you feeling about that?
Oh, I think we were talking about that before of how they were even stacking up next week, and they managed to pull off all of this for just this week, and they've still got another round in the chamber next week. Mm-hmm. This is one of those of when you thought this is in Dirty Harry. Well, you got to ask yourself, Punk, do you feel lucky? Did I fire 7 shots or did I fire 6?
Right. No, 100%. I mean, again, I think it's just And even when you think it's just reload. So,
Right.
man, I'm happy with it. 8.5 out of 10. Kind of excited for a stacked NXT tomorrow. We will be here live, Damian. We're looking forward to that go-home show. 9 out of 10. Still think that it's too early for Rhea versus Raquel. Well, some people think it's too late. So we're in the middle.
Yeah, I guess we're more in the creamy middle because pause. Yeah, but it's been a month or so now since Raquel's been back. People forget how much time flies.
Oh yeah, she's been back for a hot minute, and I'm okay with how they've built this up.
Would you treat her like Camille?
Well, no, I mean that's been the problem. I mean, and we said it earlier tonight. Raquel has been booked exactly as you should book her, and it's worked very well. So yeah, let's get to it. I mean, Rhea wants that belt back,
right?
Who do you think wrote the New Day segment? Sean Ross app? Maybe may know. Sean will pretend he knows. Thanks, fellas. Great show. Absolutely. Well, never be sorry to be late, but better late than never. You can always watch the replay, sir. NXT has another PLE this weekend. Yes, they do. Rhea Ripley winning next Monday. Yeah, right? Anyone stopping Rhea? She on a mission.
But again, does everyone that says that Rhea's unbeatable and oh my God, they're pushing her back again too much to it and everything, if she loses next week, now what? Like I'm saying, of everybody that thought that she was just, she's just, instantly going to come back and squash Liv and everything. If Raquel beats her and we prolong this challenge and everything with that, and we go the way about it that way, then what do you say? You're basing all this hatred and all of this, oh my God, they're going to squash Liv, not you, but certain people, off of winning a War Games match, off of winning a multi-person match.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the idea that, I mean, there is a way that Rhea loses next week, whether it's distraction or interference altogether. There are ways to kind of fuck around and keep this stretched out, keep it going. There's no reason that it has to just stop.
She just got thrown into a table tonight. We just saw she potentially re-injured that orbital bone and everything.
Jose, thank you so much. We appreciate it. But yeah, it should be a fun one, folks. We are back tomorrow for NXT. Love seeing all the high ratings. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight. Still got a lot of people hanging out, but we are back all week long. Be a friend, tell a friend, truly. Take our link, share it with everyone you know. It's the nicest thing you could do for us. But man, if this is any indication of the rest of the week, tonight absolutely burned, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the week has. But yeah, man, I got no complaints with this one. I mean, it is what it is. There's always going to be flaws, but they cooked in a lot of ways.
They set the bar high. Let's see if any show can outdo them. I think SmackDown's probably going to be the best challenger for it.
Well, we'll see. We'll be back at it for an NXT. Somebody asked about the final chance matches. Jada Parker, Sinclair, Cora Jade, Kalani Jordan, also Eddie Thorpe, Lexis King, Axiom, and Cedric the Entertainer, all in a match.
Cedric the Entertainer? What about Steve Harvey? Can I get Bernie Mac? Can I take the ghost of Bernie Mac?
All right. This show had action and suspense and drama. Had more than a soap opera. 9 out of 10. What the fuck? Was it really Drew, KJ, and Nick? Are you making a guess? I love it. No, it was Drew. It was really Drew.
It was really Drew.
It was really Drew. But, so, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we wrote. We appreciate it. Last call in the chat tonight. Come back tomorrow. Come back all week long. Be a part of the family. We got more cool shit coming your way. And again, congratulations to the New Day. Newfound attitude. I like it.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, put that full life with it.
Come back tomorrow. We'll see you on the flip side. Good night.